Cool Blu-ray releases for my birthday. This is awesome.
What Blu-ray releases?
Oh, I got a lot of cool Blu-ray releases for my birthday. I was really happy about.
Like what?
Oh, I got like a bunch of like Criterions. I got Hausu, Grand Budapest Hotel,
Nice.
Ikaru. I got John Dielman, which I think I already had, but I decided just to keep both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I got Mary and Max, which
Oh,
I've
is it
never
already
seen.
going live? I thought I had to
Yeah.
press a button, but it's just going. Can someone confirm
I'm
this?
seeing like the little red dot, but I'm not seeing
Yeah,
like
you're
a
live
video
right now.
list or
I am
anything.
live on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Weird. Maybe they changed something about how it works.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. No worries.
But oh yeah, so somebody suggested it to me last time I was here, but I finally watched Silence, and
Oh, yeah?
it was really good.
I like that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It was better than
it's
I
a
was
tough
expecting.
watch.
I didn't think it was going to be that great.
It was a tough watch, but it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that the kind of recent one?
2017?
I think.
16? Something like that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
16.
Martin
I'm
Scorsese.
mistake. It's 16.
Yeah.
16. Martin
Scorsese.
Scorsese won.
Yeah. So with movies like that, I actually have to watch it through my VR because
What?
it's like blockers for me, so I don't get distracted.
See what? Oh, weird.
Yeah.
But then in
by
VR,
the
you're
way-
still watching it like on a screen in VR.
Yeah, but there's
You
nothing
can't see
else to
anything
look at.
else.
And I can't walk around because I have a shitty DK2, so
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. Oh, by the way, fun fact about the DK2: since it has no hand support, you can actually like use Razer Hydras as like hand controllers. These old ass
Oh,
things.
I forgot about those.
I did too,
That's
and
funny.
I recently bought them again because I was like, holy shit. Well, not
I
again.
do like watching things in a VR theater once in a while. That's how I
Oh.
watched Marriage Story.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, back when Stranger Things was good to watch, I watched it in VR and it was fun.
I watched
I watched
Kill Bill
Halo in
Volume
VR.
1 in VR.
Ah.
Not for the first time, obviously, but
Well, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, so
Have any of y'all seen The Devil All the Time yet?
no, I'm watching that
what?
today.
No.
I watched half of it. I was really bored.
I saw it yesterday. I
Hey.
loved it.
Yeah.
Robert
Oh well, I'm
Pattinson
watching it
is in
today
it,
just so I
so-
can catch it before the podcast, basically.
I mean, I'm not
Just saying,
really
like-
not really a Campos fan, but
yeah.
No.
That particular movie, I just think is very good.
well, I
Yeah,
haven't seen Christine yet, but I wasn't
Oh.
big on Simon Killer.
You guys
If I
bringing
may-
up Silence made me think of it.
If I may
Yeah.
share something real quick,
Sure.
what do you guys think?
Wow,
Awesome.
that's really great.
Nice.
So
That's
here's
great.
here's the source
I like
photo.
it.
Good dog.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really great.
Oh, thank you.
Better than what
Nice.
I could do. I can't draw for my life.
It's something you gotta practice, but anyone can draw,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think like
Yeah.
all of life is about time economy and figuring out where you want to put it and what skills to develop. There's just
Oh,
not
yeah.
enough time to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I could
so this
be
is
a
how I-
good drawer if I put time into it, but I don't.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm mounting my webcam on top of my flight stick, so
I got a good Criterion that I think
Yeah,
you would
does this
like
thing look
Adam,
great?
but I started-
Looks great.
Yeah, so I'm talking about The Devil All the Time again. I think if I watch it, it'll probably just be for Robert Pattinson because he's proven to be a really great actor.
Well, everyone
The
surprised me.
Lighthouse and
Everyone was
Good
great.
Time.
Oh shit, we got 2 6 out of 10 shirts in chat. I just noticed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah,
Congratulations.
Hey, there we go.
I can't
Yeah.
buy anything right now.
and the cat.
Yay! A 6 out of 10
The
cat.
6 out of 10 shirt.
I would love to wear it at work out of context and see what people think.
Yeah.
I also just picked up I'm
My
thinking of
dogs
ending
would
things
get their
yesterday.
grubby
too.
Hold on, does this
paws
work?
all over me.
Does what work?
And I never wear YouTuber merch. 'cause
I mean,
nobody's
yeah,
talking
I
about
heard
it.
your microphone. So.
Thank you.
Hello, hello.
What up?
Hi.
There's a real Brady bunch we got going over here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of peeps.
We got yet also the Mary
Is that
and
the
Max-
Wacom one?
It's actually a Hoyon tablet.
Oh, the
Hmm.
Hoyon. Okay, because I have the Wacom one for my work. Like I do that professionally, and
Oh yeah.
the Wacom one is like a new release from Wacom. Is
So what does that hand thing do? Is it for your
It
wrist?
just
it just makes your hand easier. Like
to glide. So
Oh, so you don't smudge your screen while you're drawing.
Yeah.
Feels-
so-
it feels
Getting one of
nice.
those today. 'cause I'm
I
really-
do have one of those.
That
I'm
makes
still
sense.
bad at drawing, though.
Yeah, I feel like if I got a tablet, I could probably like practice, but I'm just too
It's,
busy doing other things. I'm actually like,
Yeah.
I'm not the worst when I have like a reference. It's just impossible for me to like get shapes down if I'm not like looking at something. I
Okay.
can't
Actually-
draw from like my imagination really.
Mm.
I don't want to like take up the time, of course, but I do want to share something else
Sure.
real quickly.
I'm getting one of those tablets today, actually, because I'm working on an
so-
animated thing.
I
Oh,
am
sweet.
like making a fictional world, so I had to make a fictional species, a murid species, if you will. If I can find it.
Excuse me.
Anyways, you guys go about your business.
Sure.
I'll find it.
I
Yeah,
just
I've
wanted
had
to
to drop
mention-
like entire hobbies before to focus on the ones that I actually want to have the time for.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
like all the video stuff that I do now, like I dropped all the video game stuff, programming,
This is
3D
Wake One,
modeling.
by the
like-
way.
Wait, no, no. Cancel.
We got two
Oh,
peeps in chat that are asking about some of the VIF films. The new Thomas
Oh, yeah.
Vinterberg was good, not as good as The Hunt. It was fun.
I almost overwrote.
It had like a
all my
little bit of
things.
cheese in it, but it was really enjoyable. And Muds is obviously great. And then the new, I guess, new and only Johansson. I don't know if that's how to pronounce his name. The composer
Yeah,
that
that's
died.
probably right.
Yeah.
Johansson?
Yeah, that's
I think it's
probably right.
Johansson?
Johannes.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really cool.
So what
Very meditative. It's almost like an audiobook. Like you could show the movie to a blind person and they'd probably get a lot out of it, but the visuals are good too.
I'm still listening to
Really?
the Mandy soundtrack.
So
Like I
what
still play
about
that every few days.
about-
I really wonder
Yeah.
what Blade Runner 2049 would have sounded with that score, because apparently he completed like a good
Oh,
chunk
what?
of the movie.
I didn't know
So-
that's what
Yeah.
happened. I didn't realize he was working
Hans
on
Zimmer
it.
came in and replaced him, so because
Oh, were they
one of
both
his
credited?
No, they weren't.
No.
Hans Zimmer came in and replaced
Oh,
him.
just like redid the whole thing.
I guess so.
That's interesting too, because it's one of his least Hans Zimmery soundtracks.
Yeah, maybe he
yeah.
was trying to like emulate the.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, like there
Yeah.
was one other credit there too, wasn't there? I forget who the other.
was. I forget who.
Let's see. Why is my keyboard not connecting to my Mac right now? Oh, whatever.
This is really
So-
off. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so here it is. If I can just zoom in. So it's a very murid species, mouse-like.
Oh.
Oh, is that their like skeleton? That's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then
Thanks.
if you
Oh,
guys
that's
can
great.
see it, there's some.
I never thought of
organs.
designing species on like a skeletal level.
Yeah, like
I'm honestly going as
like
far
Fall
as
Guys.
reproductive. Yeah.
This is really.
I'm sure everybody's
but,
seen that picture.
Also, shoot, can you guys see the lettering?
Kind of, not really.
No.
What do they really know?
So I just basically have it as, so far I have the cervical and the thoracic spinal columns drawn so far.
Mhm.
And so
How
it's
are
been
they
really
called?
fun.
How are they called? The name of the species.
Oh,
Then what's it called?
okay, so it's called an Arave, or in their language, meaning, sentient, basically.
What is that design for?
Just something I'm writing. So it's
Oh.
for a personal
Porn.
thing, so
Yeah.
yeah. Not gonna lie.
It's making a short bus too.
I'm
Me
not gonna
animated.
lie, I have
They can
drawn
sell
some
out too.
details, but in the actual main thing, it's not gonna be anything like that.
Oh hey, Jenny, you guys watch Stalker?
Stock.
I've seen it before. I'll be watching it again today
And I
because
will clarify.
I
podcast.
watched it.
Right.
Yeah, they killed the director. They
I
were
should
like
probably-
filming in bad locations,
I-
and like
Yeah.
the director
Everyone
died.
got sick and died. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
I
also
watched
shouldn't
it.
leave it like that. I'm not drawing porn of it. I'm drawing anatomical sketches. So,
Okay.
Oh
No,
no,
I
we,
watched-
I was
I
just
watched
making a
it.
joke. I'm sorry.
yeah, no worries.
I watched Stalker before, like a month before it was recommended, and I thought it was like, I don't want this to sound pretentious, but I thought it was one of the best films I've seen. Like,
Oh yeah,
ever.
that was like an easy like the first time I watched it, I got a lot out of it for sure. I like
know,
it a lot
well, I
more than
just-
I like
How
Solaris.
does liking Stalker make you pretentious?
No, I mean like no. I don't want. I don't know. You know how people.
It would
think
be
it's
easy for
like-
someone
Yeah.
to say that it's really great and not be able to give anything on why because they just know you're supposed to think it's great. So I could see how someone could think.
Hmm.
I was worried about it though because I didn't want it to be like intimidated by its complexity, but I still found a lot to love about it.
All right, tell me if I'm way off. To me, it reminded me of my my dinner with Andre. Did you guys get
I haven't
that
seen
kind of
that yet.
vibe at all?
I saw My Dinner with Andre. No, it didn't remind me of
In
that.
essence,
Why?
in essence, the story isn't. The point isn't that they're having dinner. The point is the conversation along the way of this kind of journey they're on, and that's what it feels like. It's the conversations that they're having is the point. And so with Stalker, I kept getting heavy vibes with that, where it's like it's not about where they're going; it's about the conversations they're having on the way.
I really
I
need
was
to
getting
I
more
need to get that Criterion Blu-ray
Ingmar
because they have
Bergman
Solaris,
vibes.
which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and more like The Sacrifice by Tarkovsky is a very clear inspiration for Bergman. It's filmed where a lot of Bergman films were filmed.
Yeah, I
It
haven't
has
seen
a lot of the
Sacrifice
same
yet.
Actors. It's in Swedish. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
I
Pretty
really
much
need to
the
get
only Tarkovsky film I haven't seen is Andrei Rublev, and every one of them is great in my opinion.
Yeah,
I wish I got. I don't know.
Amazing.
I haven't
I wish
seen
I got a little.
most of them.
Stalker, Solaris.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
still need to get the Stalker Criterion because I already have the Solaris, but I haven't seen that yet.
Speaking of Criterion, so I'm seeing this in the A24 Facebook post page. Apparently, John Waters hosted a drive-in double feature that featured Climax and Solo.
That's not surprising.
Not surprising at all.
I didn't really like Solo, if I'm being perfectly honest.
That's fine. It's
That's
one of those
fair.
movies that doesn't really have a general consensus. Everyone has a different opinion.
Yeah.
Some people think it's brilliant. Some people think it's trash. Some people are in the middle. It's
What do
like
you guys think about
Breakers or something.
It's a little on the nose.
Oh,
I don't think it's trash. I just think it doesn't. It's kind of.
Yeah, I didn't say you thought it was trash. It's in the middle.
No, I watched it with my dad, which was a very fun.
I just think it's funny that like John Waters would like play Climax and Salo, back to back because they are kind of different. I think Climax has a lot more dance music and stuff, and I think
They have
it's
very
more
different
stylized.
tones.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Climax. but
Very
I would
different.
say I can figure out what it's like.
I would argue that Irreversible and Salo would make more sense.
Yeah.
Like, because they're both about sex, I guess. Like they're both known for being shocking.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm going to a double feature, I don't necessarily want to see two films that are like
The same.
really stylistically similar or have
agree.
lots of the same themes. Like, you don't want to go too crazy. Like, you wouldn't play fucking Finding Nemo and Shawshank Redemption. But I mean, it'd be.
It's not even that different. I honestly would watch that.
I know what you're saying. Though. I agree with you. If you feel like you're just watching kind of the same movie twice, unless the point of it was to make the critique of the difference.
Yeah, so you could do.
I saw Stalker, and I'm thinking of ending things on the same day.
You could do
and
like
it was
Antichrist
interesting.
and then Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties in the same double feature.
Oh yeah, is that the same director?
What a way to
Could be. Oh yeah, if you did like a Gore Verbinski marathon or something, it's like The Ring and Mouse Hunt, like.
or Steven Soderbergh.
Cure for Wellness.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
You go from Rango to Cure for Wellness.
E.T. and Saving Private Ryan.
I heard that apparently A Cure for Wellness was all the leftover stuff that Gore Verbinski was planning on doing for the Bioshock movie that he was.
Oh, I didn't even know that was
down.
supposed to be a thing. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was supposed to be a thing.
It never happened
Oh my
because
God.
of Watchmen. Because that.
Oh, weird. Out of all the
Oh, yeah, that's
reasons
so-
for something
those are
not
so
to happen.
different, though. That's so interesting. Yeah. They're like, oh,
Wait,
video games
Watchmen
and comics is the
bombed
exact same
the
thing.
movie? I had no idea Watchmen bombed. I thought it was...
Also, if anything was gonna make it seem like video game movies were a bad idea, it had to be all the Uwe Boll movies.
Oh yeah.
He ruined it, and now his restaurant's gone.
No.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
dispute between the landlord during the whole COVID thing.
What happened?
Poor guy.
I don't know. Check his website. There was a COVID happened, and then there was a dispute between him and his landlord, and that's unspecified. So maybe the dispute was that he wasn't paying rent. You never know.
Ooh.
There's also some stories that were
have you
going
seen A
around.
Cure for Wellness?
No, not yet.
The-
I'll watch
Glad I
it
get around to
for
it.
my 2016 thing soon.
It's 17.
17? Well, then I'll watch
what
it
do
for my
you think about
2017
the
thing soon.
soccer?
Yeah.
You have a few.
I,
Yes.
Something a little off
It-
topic.
I heard some things though where some restaurants were being closed because they were allowing people to go in without masks.
Mm.
Well,
Which
that's
is,
a good reason.
yeah. Let's see.
It's happening pretty much all over Wisconsin too.
Yeah.
They only just put in the mandate for Wisconsin for whatever reason.
Some of the businesses are tough in this situation because there just is no kind of
Yeah,
safe way to
especially
do it.
restaurants, especially.
Yeah, especially
It's all about
restaurants,
the
yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just also like it's 4 different people handling your food before it gets to you, and then you take your mask off once you sit down. Like it's just there's not a great way to do that safely.
Yeah.
Depends.
I mean, you could do it in the out.
But I
Yeah,
still
you
just mean
can-
like interacting
I
with the
mean,
server,
I
having
mean,
them come bring you
instead of
food, the
going
cooks are dealing with your food.
I mean,
Yeah, but
I don't know. There was like
if they do it outside, it's less probably that they get contagious because you are outside and not enclosed. So
there was something I saw that that said that the likelihood of being a person that tests positive for COVID-19 is increased if you're a person that goes to restaurants during this. But we don't know if that's like correlation or causation, because it could be like, okay, so if somebody's going to a restaurant, then they probably do other social things. But I mean, either way, if there's
It also
more
just seems like
people
logic, like-
at restaurants that have COVID-19, then that would, in essence, make it a riskier behavior because the likelihood of being near someone who has it would be increased. So
Even if you're ordering like Postmates, it's like you're still having all those interactions.
I live in a very small town in New York, and we have a very small COVID case like currently right now, and like it's actually like in like the 10s or the 20s at this point.
Mhm.
And they are reopening a lot of stuff. We're even starting to have like theaters and stuff. Well, not in my town, but like close to us, and they are very strict about it. And I have been tested like a billion times, and I've all been like negative, and so has a lot of people I know. But yeah, I'm not. I think it is still a little worrisome.
I think theaters are easier though because you don't have to do anything else. You can go in there, wear a mask the whole time, not interact with anyone. No one's like feeding you.
Yeah, I went to my first theater in 7 months.
Well,
yeah, I saw Tenet,
I'm
like,
just
3
not gonna
times.
do anything until it's over.
Wait, who?
Yeah, I've heard that some theaters are like really serious about like, preventing people from getting sick, like having social distancing and stuff and hand washing.
I don't have enough trust or faith in other people around me to be doing social things.
Yeah, being perfectly honest, the visit was more fun than the actual movie I saw.
I think the Dilbert
I
guy had a
thought
lot
COVID
about
cases were lower in Canada though.
Yeah, where I'm at, I'm in the Atlantic provinces, so like especially my province now, it's only 1 active case remaining. So
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Because we've had
Yukon or
some spikes
Northwest
here in Texas.
Territories or
Because
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Because we
Oh
had
yeah,
some
Atlantic.
spikes in
Sorry.
Texas between Austin and Houston, and
Oh,
we're...
sorry. Did you say Utah by chance?
Wait, what?
Nobody said Utah.
Did you say
Texas?
No,
I
no,
thought you-
I said
thought you said Utah.
Austin, Houston. I'm from Houston, but
Ah.
yeah, we've had spikes during the middle of summer, but now it's not as bad as during the previous months.
Well, what's funny is when it was cold out, earlier part of the year, everyone was saying that they can't wait to see what happens in the summer because it might start going away like normal flu does. Now that we're getting into the wintertime, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, we'll see what happens when it gets cold."
It's gonna get worse when it gets cold because everybody's
It's never
gonna
gonna
like
stop.
everybody's gonna make their fucking exceptions for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody's gonna be huddled indoors, and it won't be outdoor activity, which is where the virus spreads more, is indoors. So
Well,
yeah,
if
people
my-
people
if my
gotta
job
just try their
survives-
best to not get complacent because that's gonna be the worst thing. The
Yeah,
second
if,
wave is gonna
if
hit
my job
harder.
survives.
I don't know how it's
Sorry.
being handled in other regions, but like my college actually like preemptively, like at the start of the year, like their whole plan is Thanksgiving break, we are not going back. So like that's how they're handling that winter
Mhm.
situation is we have some like hybrid and in-class interaction up until Thanksgiving break, and then Thanksgiving through the end of spring semester is all going to be online.
Perfect.
So
That's a good idea.
Preemptively.
That's what my school's doing too.
I don't know if
My
anyone's
whole
brought this.
college, my whole college is
No,
online
Sebastian.
right now.
Oh.
I don't know if anyone's brought this up. Has anyone seen Tenet yet?
Yes.
I saw it at a drive-through.
Yeah,
I
no,
saw it
I
in-
might want
I
to.
actually
How was
saw it
how was your
actually-
experience with that? Because where I live, like, because the IMAX I was in, it was like 45 seats per feet.
I saw it in, well, first off with the sound mixing thing that everyone complains about, I saw it in like an IMAX-like theater twice. Then I saw it in a regular one. The sound mixing is substantially better in the smaller theater, so I think that had a lot to do with
Because
it.
I was thinking that as well. Because
Yeah.
I remember, I don't want to get spoiled, but like that scene where like Kenneth Branagh's on the ship, and he's talking to the protagonist. He's talking to protagonist. I remember like turned to my friend, just like I have no idea what the hell he's saying.
There's a couple of those points in the IMAX version, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've heard people complaining about that, and it seems like such a weird stylistic choice.
I don't think they thought it through well with that kind of sound system. I think
It
that,
might
because
not
like I said, the
even be a
mixing felt
stylistic
completely
choice, it
different in
might
a
just
smaller
be an
theater.
oversight.
I went to see it twice, no, not twice. I went to see it in a theater only once, and it was actually like safer than I expected it to be.
Oh, there was like 5 people in the theater.
What's weird about
depends on, like, when
the
you
mixing thing is it seems like the bigger sound you have, like if you see it in an IMAX or a big sound system, the worse it's going to be for you, which is really funny because it's Christopher Nolan that's so insistent that you watch it in that way. He's like, this is the only way that it can be watched. You have to do it this way. And it's like, okay, well, that's apparently not the ideal experience. Apparently you
think
haven't
Alex is
even
onto
watched your movie in an IMAX, or maybe you're just so familiar with all the dialogue you didn't notice. Like,
My biggest
I
issue.
saw it on. I went to see it in 70 millimeter at the Chicago Music Box Theater, and that theater is like really old, and it's also like really spacious. So all the sound was like bouncing off the walls, and the louder scenes just got really, really bad, and you couldn't hear anything.
That's how it was at Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, Dunkirk, I thought that was more reasonable because Dunkirk was more about the event itself.
Yeah, Dunkirk has no characters.
Yeah.
I had an interesting experience with Dunkirk because it wasn't projected right at my theater, so the subtitles at the bottom were like not projected on the screen, but like the wall that the screen was on.
Yeah.
And
You know, it
so,
kinda reminded
I live in
me-
Israel. Our first language is not English, so if you don't see the subtitles, you can't understand anything going on.
See, in America, someone would have gone over there and talked to him and told him to fix it.
Yeah.
I
feel-
saw it up, so no problem with the sound.
It does remind
Tenet's
me,
not a
though,
good movie.
No.
When
My issue
Yeah,
wasn't
I love
actually the sound. Well, actually, no. I had my sounding was an issue, but my biggest issue is that 60% of the movie is 2 characters walking around giving exposition and having.
Yeah, and just imagine those scenes without the music. When you watch those scenes
I'm
of
thinking of
the
ending things as
exposition
exactly that the whole
scenes. No, I'm thinking of ending things wasn't exposition. That was a character having a conversation with himself in his head. Sorry, spoilers. Tenet was literally
when I initially watched,
just
I'm
like
thinking of
a bunch of exposition to support a plot that doesn't even make sense with the exposition. Like
I
that's like a
recently
third of the movie is them walking and talking. And if you watch those scenes, seriously, imagine those scenes without music. It feels like a Neil Breen scene. It's so bad.
Yeah, what's funny is that like,
and it was so much different. It had a similar issue with the exposition, but it never felt like
Which film?
Memento.
Mhm.
It felt like the exposition served the plot, and it didn't feel like the exposition was serving the spectacle.
When I was watching Tenet, I was actually thinking of, in my head, I was comparing it to Inception because it's very clearly trying to replicate the experience of Inception in many ways. It's him trying to like reclaim that sort of thing. But in Inception, not only did the exposition, like when you were being taught things in Inception, so Leo DiCaprio and Ellen Page are sitting at the diner, you got a visual sense of what was happening. you know, like every bit of exposition had some sort of visual accompaniment to be like, oh, this is what's happening at this moment. So you see the staircase paradox or whatever comes up, you're like, oh, that's cool, that makes sense, and it'll come into play later. That's exposition that's necessary to understand when the guy falls off the stairs later. And then like the folding buildings, and then like the you can't, you know, the people in someone's mind will try to attack you if they realize that you're incepting them, sort of thing. Everything was very clear at the same time. And so that even though it was a little bit convoluted of a plot, there was a lot that needed to be explained, and it was all done so in a very easy to digest way. Whereas in fucking Tenet, it was so much talking without even really showing you what's happening. And so it was just like, okay, take some notes, everybody. This is how shit works. And it doesn't make sense anyway. It doesn't make sense even if you do pay attention to it. And then, like, even the stakes in Tenet are so bullshit. Like, oh, the world's gonna end because we've decided that it will. Like, okay, so if this event has never happened before, including the person that invented this technology, this has literally never happened before, but everybody just decides, oh yeah, if this happens, then the entire world will get inverted and then die. First of all, there's no visual sense of any kind of stakes in terms of like, oh, this is what will happen. Like, we don't get a hint of it. It could, you know, like they could have done something smaller scale where it shows it happening to one person, or maybe showed us what happened when, like, if somebody touched themselves and they disintegrated, because that's another thing that they said would happen, but we never got any kind of like visual clue for the stakes for. But instead, it's literally just this like imaginary, like, the world's going to end sort of thing with all this bullshit, cheesy dialogue of shit like, oh, it's worse than nuclear holocaust. It's worse. Like, okay, show us something.
Is that an actual line in the movie?
No, the line in the movie is like he's going to destroy the whole world, and then the other character says nuclear holocaust, and then she says worse. So it's like the most cheesy fucking delivery you could possibly imagine to explain that information.
Like the line in Metal Gear Rising, anything rivaling 9/11 cannot be good.
It's so stupid.
Adam, it's like Team America. It'll be 9/11 times 100.
Yeah, basically.
And 9/11 times a million.
Me and my screenwriting buddy were talking about this, and it seems that Christopher Nolan he's erased any type of character or interesting character that also.
That's another complaint I've heard about the movie.
What was Augie trying to say?
Oh, well, see, my biggest issue is that these characters aren't people; they're robots.
Entirely.
They
act robotic, and they don't have any character backstory. There's no. I'll get back to you in a second, but like, it's just Inception. There was a very clear goal from the main character, and it was a personal story. It wasn't about saving the world. It was about him and his children. He wanted to see his kids again. There was that entire like, like, even if you removed the kids from the stakes, you still have the characters like guilt over how like his wife, and because he incepted her and she made her think the world wasn't real. Like, everything has an emotional connection to it, but the characters in Tenet, they don't have anything to them. The guy doesn't even have a fucking name, and it's not even done in like an ironic sense, right? And there's no personal stake or investment.
Nolan doing what he thinks is cool. That's basically the movie.
All right, Augie, go for it.
Do you think that this would be more of a quickie movie or a YMS review movie?
I don't know. I'll watch it a second time. It's not going to be like a I don't know. I might see it a second time just to confirm my suspicions that nothing makes any sense. But I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be worth like a YMS review. I feel like the standards for what I consider to be a YMS review just keep going higher and higher to a point where like it's like what is a YMS review anymore?
Well, like, because like Endgame was, and this reminds me of Endgame in a way.
And Looper.
Yeah.
Oh boy, are we bringing back Endgame? I was spacing out and I heard Endgame.
Well, you should talk to Alex and Ralph about it.
Oh, I will. I will on Monday.
Oh yeah, and Adam, I've like heard people defending Tenet by saying, "Ooh, the characters are mysterious. You don't know much about them, so that makes them."
Yeah, just like the strangers.
They're mysterious.
Yeah.
Well, I think it could be just a different goal. I think it's just because of the story. It's just the story, the unique storytelling of things being inverse and just being visually interested in just that, whereas and the characters serves more or less vessels.
But I also think that Elizabeth
story.
Debicki's character is a lot of that kind of social, the character part that you want from a lot of that is getting it from her, because she's the only one who doesn't have a wall of mystery behind her. The protagonist is supposed to be a 007 kind of guy, and I thought Neil was as interesting as we could get with him having to have the mystery the whole time before you get to know what he is at the end. So with her, we get all of the motivations, we get like how she feels, we're in her head, we know about her son, we know like she also doesn't just get saved, like she ends up having her own volition.
Yeah, and also like Tenet has the same issue as Dunkirk. Like in Dunkirk, you don't really know who these characters are.
But is that an issue or a stylistic choice?
Yeah, exactly. So it could be style for Tenet, much like it was for Dunkirk.
There also was a lot of movie that he had to explain. There was a huge, very complicated world of like events that he had to build. So I think that's where a lot of that got put.
Tenet is a movie that works a lot better on paper than it does in a movie. And at some point, Christopher Nolan should have realized how fucking stupid it was, and started from scratch, or just like made it into something else.
They say
what's funny about like
well, I mean, in real life, there are atoms that do go backwards in time, like tachyons, like that does exist.
Okay,
but yeah,
I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm not gonna watch a time travel movie and be like, time travel is technically impossible. I'm only gonna criticize it for not following its own rules and being.
Well, I've heard people saying that, criticizing you for your Looper review by saying, "Ooh, you can't say that something doesn't make any sense because time travel doesn't exist and people can do whatever they want."
Well, I mean, Looper is enjoyable because of the
reading up
characters.
on Looper.
Well, Looper,
No, but Adam's right though. It's just it doesn't matter what the rules are, just be consistent in the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Adam, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So Criterion, and I meant to ask this last Hangout. So Criterion released a statement where they were like, okay, this is kind of not okay because we have only 8 black directors and all of them.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
We never talking about you.
Yeah. What do you think should be in the Criterion collection from black directors, and specifically black female directors, if you know any?
Well, there's already one Steve McQueen movie in there. I feel like Shame should get a Criterion release. I mean, Barry Jenkins films wouldn't feel out of place in Criterion. Black female directors. I'm positive I've seen films from a black female director, but I don't know if I could pinpoint or know by name. We could get Cuties in the Criterion collection. That's a black female director. Well, yeah, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. It's stupid. It's not even worth discussing. I'm sorry for bringing it up. That was the first thing that came to mind.
No. You brought it up.
Someone in chat just said who killed Captain Alex.
That's not a female director. Sorry?
Let's just say a black director.
Is Girlhood in Criterion?
No, it's not.
Where will you be seeing
I was
Cuties?
lukewarm on that movie. What else have they made? Celine.
That's not.
She's not a black director.
She's female.
She's very white.
Will you be seeing Cuties or not? I was kind of.
No, I won't.
We're not talking about this.
Oh, sorry. I just had to ask.
Okay, well, let me look. I'm sure there's a list on the internet. Black female directors.
Hey, M. Night Shyamalan is making a new movie.
Yeah, Ava DuVernay. I'm aware of her.
It's an old movie.
Oh God, Beyonce is listed as number 5.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Beyonce.
Oh, that's
Give
not
her
good.
A Criterion release.
See, this is like part of the issue here. Is like, yeah, I understand Criterion. They want to be progressive and call out their own failings and shortcomings when it comes to this issue, but remember that like their catalog is like a bunch of old films, a bunch of really old films, and the further back you go in time, the less inclusive, the less voices you're going to have from especially directors. Not only was there much more of red tape when it came to like the actual studios and production, but there was also a lot more money that you needed to become a director. Now you can just be a director if you have an iPhone, right?
Yeah,
so it doesn't really
harder.
matter.
Independent films basically didn't exist back then.
Yeah, that entire movie, Unsane, was shot on an iPhone. I think it was directed by.
Yeah,
David
and
Carter.
Tangerine was shot on
Yeah.
an iPhone too.
Yeah.
And there are people making movies on YouTube.
I think Watermelon Woman. I heard about that one, and I kept seeing it on the Criterion channel. I think that was directed by a black female director.
Yeah,
I just wish that the only criteria was good movie.
Yeah.
There's also a movie called I Am Not a Witch, which is directed by a black female director. It's on the Criterion channel. Maybe if they want to put it on the Criterion collection.
So I mean,
wait, which movie was it again, Alex?
Criterion focuses
mentioning a
so
movie
much on
called I Am
older
Not a
films, so it's
Witch.
kind of inevitable.
I Am Not a Witch, but yeah, it's very recent.
Parasite
Well,
is getting
they need their kind
Because
of.
the film industry is so skewed in favor of white people,
Oh.
I think we're gonna have to wait a while until we actually get, like, if you want to have both
I mean, like,
inclusiveness and also quality, I think you're gonna have to wait.
In independent films, not so much in this year. So really, it's just a matter of like giving it another decade or two until we see a lot more voices.
What about Diamond Cobra versus the White Fox?
Ooh.
Yeah,
good
Parasite
one.
and the Irishman are getting
That's a
Criterion releases.
Female person of color, yeah.
Those are
Why
pretty
would you
recent.
say something so controversial yet so great?
Did that get a nomination for Best Picture when it came out?
What, Diamond
What
Cobra?
movie?
Yeah.
What movie?
Oh hell no!
Hold
Oh.
on.
That looks like it was shot from my iPhone 3G when I had it back.
That
in the
was such
days,
a great
so-
example of how we see so many guys who do that kind of vanity film thing where they're
Okay.
well, Neil Breen. She's the female Neil Breen.
I do have to voice something, and it's going to be a bit controversial, but why should it matter? You know, like.
No, it's just
I'd
funny. You
say
don't
if
see a lot of. Oh, you're talking about the Criterion thing. I completely.
Well, no. I mean, you know, just why does it matter if you're white, black, female, or male?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I don't think that should count at all. I think good movie is the
Just
only thing that should
A
count.
good movie is a good movie.
If I believed that Criterion was actively attempting to keep black people out of their collection and that's why it's skewed, then there would be an issue. But as I said, it's like they focus a lot on like older classic films, and although like there are black voices that could realistically be involved in the Criterion collection now, especially like independent and everything. The problem is also licensing. So maybe they do want Moonlight, but they don't have the rights to it, right? So like there's much more complicated issues at play when it comes to this. So I don't think Criterion is a company that's like, we could easily have this great movie in here, but they're black, so we don't want it. Like, I don't think that they're a company that's doing that.
Well, there's a lot of great.
There's
black
just
directed
a
films
lot of
on-
retarded things behind it. If I were to
Instead of just saying release more movies from black directors, actually like fight to change the way the system in Hollywood works so that black people have more of a chance.
Well, and I think Adam's onto something too. Though there's also just a money situation where it's relatively recent that a lot of minorities had access to the wealth to actually make these kinds of movies. You know, back in the day, it was all the Martin Scorsese.
Issue. Why don't they go to the 70s with blaxploitation movies like Shaft or The Human Tornado? Where
Do those all
Exactly. Like they don't really focus on those types of films. Right, so it's unsurprising that the Criterion Collection would have a bunch of white males. That's like the most. It's kind of inevitable.
They can't throw those blaxploitation films into the Criterion collection because I don't know much about it, but I am assuming that the Criterion collection is class. It is the best movies thrown into the collection.
They try to be.
all the time.
Try.
Well, yeah.
But that is their goal. They don't want to.
There are exceptions.
Yeah,
I bet they don't want it.
Armageddon was once included in the Criterion collection, but it's
There's missteps for sure.
I think Criterion is more about independence because you're never going to see Citizen Kane there. You're never going to see The Wizard of Oz on Criterion. You're never going to see like.
I mean, I'm sure they would like to have a lot of them there, but again, it's like they don't have the rights to all of these. Like they need to.
Nobody's talking about how many Asian people there are in the Criterion collection.
They will be, though.
Zaguchi, especially from Japan. They have a lot of Asian representation.
Parasite just made it to the
Edward
Criterion.
Yang.
Oh yeah, that's dope. Oh yeah, are they also releasing Memories of Murder on Criterion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're getting a re-release.
Dank.
Oh, I just wanted to bring this up real quick. I picked up the Mary and Max Blu-ray and I watched it and I thought it was great, but I just wanted to mention something. I thought it was the funniest shit in the world whenever Philip Seymour Hoffman's character would look at the camera and go, ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
well, I mean, it's a
Laughed
funny
so hard for some reason. I don't know why.
What did you guys think of the Dune trailer as per?
I was just about to ask that as well.
Never saw it, didn't see it, don't watch trailers. Next. I'm out of this one.
I saw it.
That's
I
good
thought it was really
I think
fun.
it looks great. I hate the song choice that they used for it.
I
think it
have
completely
no
clashes
opinion on
with
the trailer.
tone.
It's
No opinion at all.
Zero
Well,
opinion.
Rando Jodorowsky originally wanted to have Pink Floyd music in his Dune movie.
I know that's why
Maybe
they're
that
doing
was-
it, but it still clashes. Like
I
just think it was a
would
bad
say like
choice.
because I read the book during the summer during quarantine. I was watching the trailer. Like there's a lot of moments in the book that I reckon in the trailer that I recognize from the book.
Well,
But
I
if-
just
if
saw
you don't,
the '84 movie again, and it was actually
Yeah.
shocking because like everything you see in the trailers in the '84 movie.
but well, there's a few scenes in there that I noticed that were in the '84 movie. But if you're not familiar with the book or the '84 movie, it's really a trailer not designed for general audience. It's more of a trailer designed for fans of Dune.
Oh, I disagree. The trailer, I think this one. Oh, I think plenty of anyone who likes sci-fi movies, I think, will be like, oh, cool.
But I found like it didn't really delve into like what the story was really about.
Well, this
I
is
don't think
almost
it
a
should.
glorified teaser.
Yeah, I think
exactly.
the
I
trailer should give a sense of like visuals and tone without really spoiling the movie.
Well, a buddy of mine was thinking like
because like I saw that movie The Last Picture Show, which was really fantastic. Then I went back and sort of looked at the trailer, and the trailer showed the ending, and I got really pissed about that.
Yeah, right. No, it happens all the time.
It looks like you're drinking milk in a bottle of cough syrup.
I was gonna say.
No, it's kombucha.
Okay,
It's
I was just
kombucha.
curious.
Oh,
I was just commenting.
My dad, he used to
It's
make
not
homebrewed
cough
kombucha.
syrup.
It was-
One last thing I would say about the
Do any of you guys know what kombucha is?
I know what kombucha is.
My dad, he
it's
used
really
to make it
good.
all the time.
Oh shit, we got.
I felt the same way about the Batman
kombuchas.
trailer. I really liked how it didn't go too far into anything.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it gave me tone.
Well, they didn't.
That's what a trailer should be.
Yeah.
They didn't finish the movie yet.
And hopefully the tone is like accurate to the film, because I feel like a lot of the time a trailer will have its own tone independently from the movie, which just based on the music choices especially. But
Did you guys get
Although
burned out tonight?
Jodorowsky didn't like the trailer, apparently.
Like in the
Why?
interview, they
he said like it was
I don't know, something
Thank you, Ethan.
from I was reading
He said
something on IndieWire.
Oh no, I saw that too. Yeah. Well, he's bitter, and I get
Well,
why.
I don't know if you guys know about like this one. Hopefully it comes out in this year. But this one's only going to be the adaptation of the first half of the book.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
I
smart.
know.
That's what he should do. Yeah, that's
I know.
one of the major issues with the
And,
84
like,
versions, that they do too much.
Real Harry Potter this.
I wasn't aware.
I think the thing with
really seems to
Jodorowsky,
care
part of the
about the
difficulty there
original
is that
source
not every
material.
movie needs to be the holy mountain, and so I think it would be cool if he made whatever
Yeah,
movie he
I
wants.
mean, yeah,
It
like-
wants the trailer to be more weird.
It's
or more.
You also
Like
have
70s
to
psychedelic.
understand that, like, when you're talking about Jodorowsky's Dune, it sounds awesome, but you're also like filling a lot of what it would be in your own head. So we don't really like. It could be a mess, but it would at least be interesting, sort of thing. We don't really know because it never got made.
And I'm really excited for what Villeneuve is gonna do with Dune because he sounds like somebody who really cares about the book.
I think he's the perfect guy for it out of everyone who exists right now.
It's apparently his lifelong
Jodorowsky will ever
dream
make another movie.
to do this.
After
like,
Blade Runner 2049, like he's the guy I want.
Yeah, I
Dune.
really need to
but
catch up
you know,
on the
we'll
rest
see.
of his filmography. I've only seen like Enemy and Arrival.
Well,
so
him or
far.
Michael Bay.
I remember you saying, Adam, that you didn't like the Feels Good Man trailer, so I was wondering what still made you want to see it.
I don't know. It's a fucking Pepe movie.
I thought it was fantastic.
You gotta watch the Pepe movie, and it was free for me to watch at Fantasia. It was there. I probably would have checked it out at some point anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Adam, there's
Kept
only
seeing this name,
one
Pepe Sylvia, Pepe
review
Sylvia.
that I disagreed with you on,
Sure.
Wow.
and that was the Nebraska review.
Okay.
I saw that
Specifically
many years
with the
ago.
characters, only because since I grew up in the Midwest, there was a lot of people that were like over the top and kind of comical and characterized like that.
Yeah.
So it felt realistic enough for me that it didn't break my sense of immersion, but I can see why it would break your sense of immersion.
Okay. Do you honestly feel as though that old woman should have gotten nominated for an Academy Award, though? Because that's one of those things.
Surprisingly
June
enough,
Squibb.
Yeah, I thought she was great. She was absolutely hysterical in it. I don't think she was a character you were supposed to take really seriously.
Okay, because like to me, I barely remember this movie, but to me, from my memory of watching it, her performance wasn't really something that I felt was much of a performance. I really like sometimes I feel like actors get overly praised for what was really the casting job, what was really like just good casting. So you find someone that already kind of exists, like, oh, they would be great at
Casting's
playing
very
this character.
underpraised anyway.
Yeah, when it wasn't like
In
when
general.
I praise like acting performances, I'm usually praising some sort of like transformation, not just like you worked for the role automatically.
That's why it's hard for me with like a guy like John Malkovich, is I just feel like he's so good at being whatever that is. If that's not him, then maybe it's not him.
Yeah.
But it's like you write a role that you want John Malkovich for, you put him in the movie, and you're gonna get something great because you casted it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I still felt like Bruce Dern and Will Forte kind of transformed into the roles.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, Will Forte always does.
It's
such
just
the opposite,
one review
you know.
in discussion.
It was-
What was your rating for
Meh.
Nebraska?
He gave
I
it
didn't
a
get much out of
5.
it.
Was it a 6 out of 10?
It was a 5.
You gave it a meh out of 10.
Yeah, it's so forgettable.
Is your 5 a meh?
I mean, a number doesn't necessarily imply an emotional experience. The emotional
It could imply a bunch of
emotional
things, like a 6
experience
could
for
go
me was a
good, it could
meh.
be a
Sometimes I can rate it a 5 and say it was decent. I rated Upgrade a 5, and I still really enjoyed it, but there were things that annoyed me about it.
Adam,
You
when you guys
rated that David Copperfield movie a 5, even though you didn't really like it at all, and you found it completely.
Well, sometimes a 5 out of 10 is the worst rating in the world. Sometimes I hate something because it's so
Because it means
boring
the
and
movie's
and
completely
stupid and
forgettable
forgettable.
and
Yeah. If
then
it
why
were
do
a
you give-
1, then it wouldn't be nearly as forgettable, right?
Why do you give?
That's
Why
what
do
you said in your David Copperfield review. That
Yeah,
you
like a
David
5 is
This
a
is the type of film you don't want to see.
Yeah, I mean, it can a number doesn't necessarily imply that I had a good or a bad time with it. It's just what I feel the quality of the film is, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, there's like stuff I've obviously disagree with, but oh wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
You,
Well,
Adam,
I'm-
you gave a 5 to your name. What were your thoughts on that?
Fuck, it was just.
I'm guessing it's
It
one
was
of those things
like-
that you like if you like anime and you don't if you don't.
Yeah, I mean that's most anime. It
You
was
gave a 5 to it.
It was like
How
this
dare.
weird mix of Donnie Darko and Freaky Friday and The Lake House, and the music
The premise
really
is that two
ruined
people
a lot
switch
of
bodies
like
and fall in love with the ideas of each
Yeah,
other.
because
the whole
so
second
many
half of the
people-
movie was ruined by the music.
Yeah,
And it
if
just
you
wasn't
didn't
it wasn't
like Your
clever. It wasn't like
Yeah.
that entertaining. It was really just like, wow, this is an anime,
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
It's so weird. It's so weird because
Yeah.
everyone in the anime community is calling it like a masterpiece.
It's the highest
Yeah, it's
grossing anime
definitely
movie of all
not.
time.
Like in the anime community, it's like a masterpiece. And, like,
Yeah, it
Also,
didn't even
the
feel like
idea is
original or
a very
anything.
good
It just
movie.
felt like a
Because
mix of those 3 films.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Saw
you
the
didn't like
Garden of
Your
Woods.
Name, you would hate Weathering with You.
Yeah, I'll still watch it, but
It's like
Yeah,
The
I
Garden
didn't
of
really, I
Woods
didn't really get
also
why
saw-
so many
I
people
saw
were
the
calling
Garden
it a
of Woods,
masterpiece.
but I don't-
Your Name.
yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
Those
people.
are those
Well, I
are
mean,
not,
different
but-
communities have different standards, I guess.
There's
I
one
Yeah.
saw
film
Garden
I
of
heard-
Woods by the same director, and it really like heavily insisted that you should feel a certain emotion, especially at the end, and it was incredibly overbearing and kind of annoying.
the music just
Yeah.
fucking sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah,
and the
same
music
with
the
also
Garden of
Really
Woods, that-
conflicting
great.
tones.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
film
We almost
and
felt
music.
in some parts it kind of felt like a music video.
There's one film I particularly disagree with, but I don't really like debating about it because I've heard it all, and it's just sometimes it's like undeadly, but or like toxicity of it. But I wanted to ask because last night I watched Nocturnal Animals for the first time. And I've never felt so torn about a film in a long time, and I wanted to hear your positive opinions about it because I'm kind of leaning to the dislikeness of it. but
Okay.
Adam didn't like it.
I'm very.
My
I'm
local
very
newspaper
torn.
gave
I
it
have-
5
Without-
stars.
I've
I'll
seen
send you the
Nocturnal
link.
Without spoiling it, I thought that it was really cleverly written in ways. I thought that the ending was fantastic. I thought that the more genre scenes of it were very effective, like the opening whole part. Yeah, I mean, I think that Tom Ford is a really good director, and that's no exception.
The meta aspects of it create a kind of character study.
I just sent you my local
newspaper's
newspaper's
easy
review.
to understand. If you try to describe it verbally, it doesn't make any sense. But when you see it, it makes a ton of sense. It looks great. The acting is great.
Yeah.
I agree that the ending is.
Yeah, I've only seen it once
fantastic.
still.
It
I'm
executes some
excited to
very
see it again.
cliche things very well. I hate the jump scare. There's a jump scare in the movie. And
There's one jump scare, and it was funny because that was like, when I watched it, I wasn't even like that mad at it because it was actually one of those like, oh wow, I wasn't really expecting, like, you know, a weird place.
Was that review enough to convince you? I mean, I haven't seen it, the movie, but that was just my newspaper's review of it.
Yeah. I have like actual like filmmaking wise like issues with it in terms of its editing, and it's like, you know, there's like some other issues I have with it, but it's so hard because I feel like it wants you to side with Jake Gyllenhaal's character in a way.
I didn't get that impression.
Well, I felt like the whole point was that it wanted like Amy Adams was supposed to be like regretting that she was letting go of Edward in a way.
No,
But,
that's not what I got out of it.
well, do you think you can like explain your meaning of it without spoiling it? Because like
Maybe after like a second watch, I felt like the without spoiling it, I felt the ending to be like very like powerful and liberating. I didn't feel like it was any kind of like regret thing. I felt like it was a real like taking control of the situation.
It's the type of movie that, yeah, I guess. I mean, I had a similar experience with thinking of ending things. I really liked it, but because I had a certain interpretation of it in my mind, I enjoyed it less. And that can happen with some movies. And it's fine that you don't like Nocturnal Animals. Nobody has forced
Yeah, it's
you
a
to think
different movie. It's
I
not.
genuinely don't know if I like it or not. I really.
Well,
can't
maybe you
tell
watch
you.
it a second time.
Yeah.
I actually heard
I
Adam
watched-
explain I'm thinking of ending things
Oh.
first on Sardonic Cast, and that helped a lot for me.
Yeah,
Great.
I watched,
I'm thinking of
Yeah,
ending the book.
I love your analysis of I'm thinking of ending things.
Thank you.
but
I didn't watch
there
the
were
deep dive
things
analysis,
that
just the
I felt
Sardonic Cast bit.
you didn't kind of glossed over.
It was cool though
Like-
because it was like an Easter egg of me looking for these things, and so there was a different appreciation. It felt like I'd already I was watching it the second time, where it was like, oh, okay, that's why this is
I've only
happening. Oh, that's who
seen-
this is. Oh, that's what's going on. That was fun.
Like
I wanted-
Adam, in your analysis, there were some things that I'm surprised you didn't catch. Like, you know, without spoiling it,
Without spoiling, I've read the comments, so like,
I'm gonna be as vague as possible, but you
Yeah.
know, through the whole ice cream cartoon thing at the very end, you know, if you listen to that song closely, it's actually the same song he was singing earlier in the car.
Oh,
with
but
her.
I don't think that
Actually,
was
no,
like
it
a
goes on.
secret though.
Well, yeah.
I didn't get. I haven't.
I thought it was worth bringing up.
No.
It is
I don't
something
like.
that-
That's the thing, though. Is like, there's a lot of people that are saying like, "Oh, you missed this," but I don't feel like I
There's, like,
really.
obvious stuff,
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. There were some
really-
things that I put in there that even like didn't really feel were super worth mentioning, but I did anyway. But I didn't do that with everything. There was like maybe
you're
one or two things that somebody posted in the comments that kind of added to something where I would say like, "Oh, that's cool," and I would have mentioned that if I thought of that before, but. I find it weird to use the word like missed because my goal wasn't to completely cover literally everything. It was just to give an interpretation of what was happening, right?
And it'd be a
you're
YMS
interpreting
review.
When you're interpreting something that's so like very vague about its details, you have your own interpretation, and that's why it's not factual or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, to bring it back real quick, if you don't mind, we're talking about ratings. How do you, when you guys first did Sardonic Cast, you had a conversation about if you wanted to actually do number ratings or not, and I know Alex was against it. How do you feel about a lot of the different YouTubers that have, or the different reviewers now who kind of have like a buy it on Blu-ray type of review system, or you know, it's a
However they want to
rental
do
or
it, I don't give a
matinee?
shit. As long as you can watch them and they're consistent, I think that's the only thing that matters.
I guess I didn't mean like if you should or shouldn't. It's just like, I don't know. I just almost like your review of that kind of review. Because I think it's interesting because I think you can get more value out of those sometimes than you could out of like it's a 5.
Whenever
Yeah, maybe.
I rate a movie, I rate it numerically because of IMDb and Letterboxd, but I have a system which is amazing, great, good, mediocre, bad, terrible, unforgivable. Just these 7 words to group movies into, and I think that's easier than a numerical rating because a 6 could mean mediocre, it could mean good. Good means good.
Yeah, but I
think,
say a number and I say what I felt about it. There's 2
Yeah, that's the
elements
point
to
of
it.
the
If it was
review.
just a number with no review, then the
That's
number
the
wouldn't
point
really
of
mean
having
much.
a review. The worst
Yeah.
reviews on Letterboxd are the ones that aren't jokes, and yet I feel like I somehow get a better understanding of what the person thought about the movie from the rating than the actual review. Like I saw a review of Requiem for a Dream saying, Rice Gum wrote this. I don't understand what the fuck that means. I just understand you dislike the movie from the rating that you gave it.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I don't like Letterboxd is because it's not even about movies, it's about social clout, and people just make a bunch of dumb comments just to get attention. So
Yeah, and I see like reviews of I'm thinking of ending things on Letterboxd that are going, oh, everybody's just giving it 5 stars just so they can look smart, and so people won't beat up on them.
yeah,
for
it's
not
a it's a
liking
it's an
reviews.
attention contest. That I don't like that website.
Yeah.
Did you know, did
Any
you
review
hear
site
about
like
the
that, I just don't like.
Did you hear about the different ending to, or not the different ending? Not trying to spoil anything, but did you hear the differences between the book and the movie of I'm Thinking of Ending Things?
Yeah, I've heard about the differences. And when I was on the podcast, I basically relayed what Mark Kermode said about it. And then somebody wrote a comment saying that it was a little bit inaccurate, and I shouldn't have phrased it that way, which is interesting because I was just saying what Mark Kermode said about it. So apparently he's wrong too, but I don't know.
Again,
I know
without
that there
getting
are
into
differences in the ending.
Without getting into any spoilers, apparently some people are, kind of mad because in like the book, the janitor says, I'm thinking of ending things, and that apparently makes the twist clearer, but some people
Well,
are
I mean
saying
that's like a given. I didn't need to know anything about the book to know that the story was probably presented in a much more clear way. Like any reveals would be a lot easier to interpret.
It can be harder in a book too because you have to spend so much time.
I'm very excited to watch the film again after your analysis because I think that really helped a lot.
Oh, thank you.
I was still able to.
I haven't seen your analysis, but did you mention the thing about the copy of The Thing? Or
No, I didn't. No, but I mean that's
okay.
Yeah,
Well, the
you can't include it. I'm not gonna
review.
because there has to be a point where I have to say like, okay, I'm publishing this, and if I change it every single time I think of a new thing, it's never gonna come out. So
How are you guys feeling about Jesse Plemons in general? Like
He was great.
He's on my Rising Stars list right now.
Was great.
Keeping an eye
I
on
saw him
him.
in a movie called Other People, and he was great in it
Yeah.
too. So
We'll
when I heard
see.
he's in a
I'm
Charlie
not
Kaufman movie. I didn't have any doubts.
I'm not
Yeah.
confident that he's an actor that works well independently of directors, but I know that if he has the right director, he works well.
Yeah,
He's great
Adam,
in
I'm
Breaking
also
Bad. He's
surprised
great. He was great for a small role in The Master too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was there too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he
I
was.
didn't know that. My friend always complains that he
Philip
feels
Seymour
like a poor
Hoffman's
man's
son in
Philip
that
Seymour
movie.
Hoffman.
He's definitely no
I'm
Philip
also
Seymour
surprised
Hoffman.
you're like-
I agree.
Yeah, well, that's
My
well,
friend
nobody
unfortunately
is
has only
Philip
seen his
Seymour
bad
Hoffman.
movies.
Okay.
I
bad
rattled off a
movies?
whole list and he had only seen like Along Came Polly and
shit.
crap like that.
Speaking of Philip Seymour Hoffman, did you guys hear that Paul Thomas Anderson cast Philip Seymour Hoffman's son for his
Yeah,
movie?
yeah, I did hear that.
Wow.
I didn't know
We'll
that.
see. Okay, you know what? If I'm going to say anything bad about Tenet, that was actually one of the problems I had is that I don't think that John David Washington is maybe up for snuff for a role like that yet, and I think his last name probably had a lot more to do with him getting it.
Hey,
Well,
real
he was in
quickly.
Black Klansman. He was in Black Klansman. I
Yeah,
think
that's
they're
not the same movie.
Oh yeah, isn't
it's like
he
Beyonce
Denzel Washington's son or
getting put
something?
Yes, he is.
Oh
Yes,
fuck,
he
that's
is.
why.
Yes,
God
that's who
damn
he
it.
is.
See, that's what I said. I
Oh
think
my
the same
god.
thing. Honestly,
I forgot.
think
I
that,
completely
Yeah, it's
forgot
like
about
I
that.
think
Beyonce getting
Pattinson should
put
have
in
been
the
the lead.
Lion King.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Beyonce getting put in the Lion King because people know
Sure.
her, even
Yeah,
though her
yeah.
acting career isn't that impressive.
It's just Philip Seymour Hoffman's son thing reminded me of that, where I was like, oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of my main complaints. Is that
I-
he's
That's the
fine,
thing
but
though, is like
Pattinson's a little bit better.
I'm not sure I would say John David Washington isn't as talented enough for that role, I would say that that's just a terrible fucking role that doesn't really give much opportunity to be a good actor in the first place. So who knows? Maybe he's a good actor, but yeah, like it's not like the character didn't have any fucking goals or stakes other than just the world's going to end. So
I didn't mean to start a huge thing again. I
Yeah,
was
it's
just thinking,
like
I can
Jesse
imagine someone a little bit more
Eisenberg and Batman
I think
studied
he's
and
decent.
more
I
practiced
don't think he's
being
as good
better.
as his father.
It's like
Well, okay, his father
Jesse
20 years ago, I think,
Eisenberg.
could have made that character more interesting. Just because
Probably,
he
yeah.
has the talent and this, he just has the skill. He's been doing it longer. You know, this guy is
Yeah, I don't know.
green.
You know what the
You know, maybe it's like how people reacted to like Jesse Eisenberg and Batman versus Superman because his performance wasn't great there.
I liked it. I don't know what everyone's on about.
It was just too jokery and then fit.
He felt
It was
more like
Joker,
the
I'll give you
I mean,
that. I'll give you
he
that. He
kind
does feel more like a Riddler or something. I think
Well,
the
but
big
that,
thing though
I
is
feel like
everyone
that's
has an
more
idea
of
of
a
what
casting
they expected.
thing, though. Like,
It was
I
just
don't know,
really
you can't
miscast.
well, you can't expect
Yes, he just
every
wasn't
actor
intimidating,
to-
and a villain like Lex Luthor needs to be. Even
Lex
if you do a new
Luthor's
take on him, needs to be intimidating.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
like
It's
Michael
not
Fassbender. Michael Fassbender could have been better than Lex Luthor. You know.
I think it depends. I think the thing though is that it was a good casting choice if that was what they wanted out of it. I think.
Well,
a lot of people
if that
were
was a goal,
expecting
sure,
what
but
they'd
I
seen
mean,
before.
Lex Luthor in
Why have that
the
goal?
DC cartoons is nothing like that.
I don't mind the idea of having a younger Lex Luthor who's basically like a Mark Zuckerberg type, especially because
Yeah, but,
that's like
I
the
mean,
villain these
if
days
you
anyway.
watch,
I like how we say Mark Zuckerberg type for Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
It was just a
I
sequel
mean,
to the social
There's a
network.
Yeah.
reason he said that.
Well, I
Yeah.
It was
think
best of all.
I think
Well,
it's
but now
I'm
when
not,
we
I'm
do
not a
Zuckerberg,
big
literally the
Eisenberg fan
character
at
was like
all.
Same.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I saw him in the social network and thought I was gonna love him, and then it just didn't ever happen again.
That's the
Yeah,
only
well,
movie
that
I
was
like him in,
awesome.
but
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
right.
he's also playing like a fucking robot alien psychopath.
Well,
so-
and he's reading Sorkin dialogue, so like he had everything he needed to succeed.
Yeah.
Like it's Sorkin
I
dialogue,
liked
with
the part
adventure
of
directing.
self-defense. I don't know how much you would like it, Adam. I liked it.
You know that is
Whatever.
funny. He did a lot of comedies after.
Yeah, I
Silence,
don't
but
think
he
I
really
would
didn't
like
get
it
into
that
the
much
comedy
either.
realm.
Also,
well,
did I
think
try
he would.
watching that? I can't remember.
American
I
Ultra
find
and
that
crap
happening
like that.
Self-defense, I
all the
don't think.
time, though.
I know what I
Like-
think the worst part about
No, it's still on my watch
that-
list. Sorry, go on.
Speaking of Jesse Eisenberg, there's something I kind of like to bring up about him because you know in your 2014 list you said, "Oh, the Double and Enemy are adapted from the same book," but they're actually not.
Yeah,
They're
and I've
just
received many
adapted
comments
to
about that.
Completely different books.
Mhm.
They're just
2014
so happen
what?
to be
Yeah,
called
I
The
don't remember
Double.
why I thought that. Either
Well,
I
I-
misread
I
an
didn't
article
kinda
or a
confuse
comment
them.
or something, but it was just, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
find that
Back onto
happening.
that Rising Stars thing though, Timothy Chalamet's another one. Like I can't wait to see everything he's in.
Especially
Timotei.
him as Paul.
Timotei, he was amazing in The King. Like no one saw that, and it was fucking awesome. Him and Joel Edgerton, Netflix original.
Yeah, I can't wait to
You
see
know
him as
what's the
Paul
worst
Atreides.
part about Tenet? It's that she puts puts the sunscreen on the guy's back, and then he lays down on the chair. Sunscreen on his back.
You're so right.
Like, what
You're
the
so
fuck?
right. I freaked out every time. You're 100% right. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh no.
She's so
Adam,
selfish.
He ruined that couch. He
I
ruined
got a
that couch.
recommendation for you. Have you seen any Fellini films, perchance?
No, I think I've bought one
Fellini.
already, but like
8.5.
8.5, I think.
Armored Core is.
Eight and
I
a
think
Half
Armored Core
and
is.
La Dolce
fantastic
Vitae
film.
are two
Yeah.
of my favorite movies of all time. I highly recommend La Dolce Vitae.
Yeah.
I like La Dolce Vita.
Yeah, Armored Core is basically cinema paradiso, but with less of an overarching story, and it's a very good movie. It's really funny and it's very well made. Fellini is an interesting filmmaker.
There's a very weird tit scene in Armored Core.
The what?
Oh.
Armored Core. Yeah, that's kind of an infamous scene.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the point of the movie. It's completely
Like a
like
breastfeeding
bizarre,
thing.
detached from reality.
Well, you get a lot of that in The
Great
Boys
scene,
also.
Yeah, isn't it like a
Great
breastfeeding
movie.
kind of thing? You know, like I don't know if I'm getting that right. I haven't seen the movie.
What, Armored Core?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about The Boys being released like weekly?
I hate it, and I have no idea what they're thinking.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Really?
I mean,
I'm glad they're getting review bombed.
I don't know.
What are
I
you
don't mind
talking
it
about?
as
What
much.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I
What are you
hate
guys talking about?
This is a fantastic season.
The Boys.
No, it is a fantastic season. I wish I had seen it already. I would be watching it twice already.
The Boys?
The thing
Well, they're
is,
releasing
I
it week to
hate-
week. One
the thing
episode
is-
Friday, one episode Friday.
I love binge watching, but at the same time, I hate binge watching because then it's over.
Yeah,
And-
well,
Yeah, watch it
the
again.
crazy thing about releasing it all at once is that you don't have to binge watch it, but you
Yeah,
have
you
the
can
option
choose.
to.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
the
problem.
point of streaming. Like you can do things at your own
Yeah,
pace.
let's remove the flexibility of why streaming is popular in the first place.
The only thing is that for me,
Yeah,
it
it's
lets
just
me do
reading it
prediction
back.
videos every week, which is nice. That's
Okay.
the only
I
thing.
haven't seen anything from The Boys, but maybe they thought like maybe if we have like a week-long gap between each episode,
So they
it
get
will have,
fucking
like,
free
time
promotion every
fans
week.
to
That's probably what it is, because
speculate
guys like
and
Hey,
get
like
on the
hyped
plus
for the next
side,
putting videos out every week.
on the plus side, it's not like Breaking Bad where there's a new episode every month.
Well,
I
they're
actually didn't watch it till it
hyping
was
up
over,
of
so I
The
got to
Boys.
binge the whole thing.
I understand
Yeah, I
why
like to
you
watch
would
shows
find
until
it,
they're
like-
already over, so I can watch the whole thing.
What were you saying, Rock?
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
we
just
were
saying-
talking about like
Rock,
TV shows.
hold
on-
up, hold up.
I'm
Rock never
trying.
finishes his sentences. We need
I'm
to.
trying to. I'm
Sorry,
trying not to be a dick. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
What?
No. I just wanted to say I can see some appeal to like a weekly schedule. I totally understand where you're coming from with like the streaming thing, but to me, there's already so many shows out there that I have that access to watch every single day that sometimes it's nice to have things to space out, because like I know personally, especially since COVID hit, I've had like literally 10 shows I'm watching all at the same time. So like it makes it difficult when I have every single show, like the entire thing, because what'll happen is I'll watch it, get bored, and then switch to another show.
But
for
that's
like
on
2
you.
weeks, and then I forget. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. But
Put a
if
schedule
just
together.
if some of them have that weekly schedule, then I have those other shows that I can be watching.
But you
in the
can,
meantime.
you have the
I don't like
option to watch
mentality
it
of
whenever
having
you
them be our
want.
dad.
Yeah,
No,
I
it-
mean, you could also wait till it's all released and then binge it all at once. I mean, it's not like it's gonna take a year to get all the episodes out. It'll be a couple months.
It's
Nah,
still frustrating.
nah. I mean, like,
Well, and I don't want to give them like the power to be my dad. It's like, hey, I don't have any self-control, so you have to be my dad for me and release it on a weekly schedule.
the
so that
problem
I
is
don't-
like,
I just,
it's not like they're still working on the episodes, right?
Yeah.
They're all they're intentionally creating this gap where they don't
do you
have
think
to.
this is working? Do you think this is like, is there metrics they got that made them go?
Oh,
"This
I
is
don't
actually
know.
what we need to
I
do"?
hope
Or is
that
it a test?
they change it for next
Probably
season.
they were expect-
That
they were
really funny tweet from Seth Rogen that I retweeted, where they took the
Yeah.
scene of Homelander looking at all the memes and they replaced the memes with the review bombings
Oh,
because
yeah,
of the
yeah,
because people want to watch it all at once.
That's perfect.
What makes
That's so
that
good.
tweet even funnier is when you understand that Seth Rogen is an executive producer for the show. So this gives me the impression that probably Seth Rogen didn't want it to be released like this, and maybe this is his just way of being like, see,
Like, what are
Netflix,
you,
I told you people wouldn't like it. Is him making this like tweet?
Netflix. The Boys isn't
Or
on
sorry,
Netflix.
Amazon. That's what I meant.
Amazon, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Well, and it's just like
Gosh.
I haven't watched a show like that since like Heroes.
Yeah.
Like season
Speaking-
1 Heroes.
Oh gosh. Speaking of, have you guys seen BNA?
We've seen the first episode.
I saw a little bit of it.
I did not like
Furry
Brandon
anime that's not Beastars.
Is it on
I got
Netflix?
bored.
Yes.
Mm.
It went up
Haven't
a.
heard of it.
It was like, it was climbing there for a second, and then all of a sudden it took a fucking nosedive.
Yeah.
And
More
I
like
hated it.
neat flicks, am I right?
Is there a soft line between what constitutes as it being like a furry animal or something that's just like anthropomorphic? Like you wouldn't probably call like Looney Tunes like a furry, show.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
I always
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is it a very blurry line? Like, is there not something that you
I mean,
can
it's.
say?
I would argue that anything that's anthropomorphic animals is furry to some extent.
That's
They need
perfectly fair.
sentience.
That's the question.
They need
What's-
to talk.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Looney
like
Tunes, they
if
do.
it's more of a furry show if the animals are having like
SpongeBob are furry.
romantic relationships with each other, I guess.
That's a whole other topic about
If it's
SpongeBob.
like
Okay, so-
more
See, that's-
adult or something, like Beastars is the furriest show ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes.
I
Can I
kind of
have
feel
It's
like,
like
that,
the-
like
it's like Twilight for furries.
Can I have a bit of an anime rant right here?
Sure.
Why not?
So,
Not really, but all right.
most animes have these characters, and I fucking hate them. It's always the villain that comes in that's like, oh, I'm more powerful than you, and you can't stop me.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm like, fuck off. Come on.
Well, you have to set up your hero as the underdog.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
kind of
think
a
One Punch Man is the
Oh
only
my
show that
gosh.
breaks
Well,
that rule.
There are so many
I'm not-
animeisms that make anime
Yes.
like really.
They turn them into
We could write an
fucking
anime today just
formulaic.
using
They
the
turn them
terms.
into
Have you
There's
fucking
so
seen
many.
Promare?
edgelords is the problem.
The
Promare.
manatee from South Park.
Promare.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
another like
Have you watched
anime
the movie Promare?
thing. Some people like it because it's like stylized and stuff, but it's
Wait,
kind
is
of
it
Okay.
a
Director of
movie.
Redline.
Should I
What if I
watch?
was like-
Oh, it's already on my watch list. Never mind. Okay.
Hey, I know furries refer to fur, but like, what about anthropomorphic non-furry animals? Like, what if I had like a
It's still
squid
furry.
thing?
It's an umbrella.
Okay, so that counts. So that means that
But-
SpongeBob would have a lot of furries. You have Mr. Krabs and
Yeah.
Squidward. All right, I'm into it.
yeah,
SpongeBob is
anthropomorphic.
like one of the only ones who's. I guess he is an animal too, so that works.
But I
All right.
mean, it's
And you
less
got
appealing.
Sandy.
It's less appealing if it's an invertebrate.
Or does this just mean that furries have like a monopoly over anthropomorphic
I know
animals? Or...
that's horse crap. I know. I'm gonna start a counterculture.
I mean, I guess there's
Wow,
furry
yeah,
planes.
it's a booming
so...
business.
We're gonna call them smoothies.
Yeah, we need to start
Are
a
we not
revolution
allowed
against
to
the
like
furry group
say
because
that
furries
every
have
anime
that.
is like a weeb thing? Like anime is still anime, right?
I don't
Furry
think
shit is
that-
furry shit.
I don't think anime
But
makes
I,
things weebs though. That's the person being a
Yeah,
weeb.
I'm
Like,
making
not
a-
everyone who likes anime is a weeb.
Yeah, but it's weeb
Yeah,
material.
to change the subject to something I wanted to
enough,
talk
fair
about.
Like something on the side.
Ghibli, I don't think is weeb shit. Like anime that appeals to people that aren't just.
I hard
fans
disagree. I
of
think
anime
weebs are
is not
super
weeb
into
shit.
Ghibli
Weeb shit
stuff.
is anime for people. who
Well,
enjoy
I mean,
anime.
people other than furries like Zootopia, but it's still furry shit.
I
Yeah.
heard you say something about people howling
Depends
in
how
the
much of it
theater.
is like
Yeah.
gearing towards that specific audience.
Oh my god!
I don't think Ghibli is gearing
No.
towards weeaboo crowds, especially
I don't know
since
who is
Imagine
gearing
if
Miyazaki
towards
someone
said he
weebs. though. I
doesn't
don't
like
think
they
like Dragon
heard
Ball
that.
Z was gearing towards weebs, but we ended up getting a hella weebs on Dragon Ball Z.
So
It wasn't even a thing back then.
the
I
thing
think
Were
is,
there
weeb is
any
more of a
kids at the
culture.
theater where,
I
like,
totally
people were
agree. I think it
howling?
exists outside of the
Yeah,
media.
this is just semantics.
Eh.
what the heck
boy.
is happening with my webcam? Oh shit.
Yeah, there's
One thing. Do you know that Borat is going to have a sequel?
Yes, I'm
What is?
excited
Of
for it.
course.
I heard some rumor they're going to try and get it out before the election. That doesn't seem possible. I don't know. So
What is it?
Borat 2 or some other movie
Oh,
involving like they're definitely. It's not a secret anymore. I'm pretty sure there was an official.
Yes, I
Post
put
saying-
the link in
Yeah, there was
the
a-
message
the
with the
chat.
full title, something like pornographic account for Kazakhstani minister or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we'll see
gonna
what
be, like,
happens. There was a
fully
post
Trump
on
supported this
on
time.
Reddit of somebody like catching one of their filming things. So
Yes, there was in a rally, a Trump rally where he was dressed like a hillbilly and singing racist
that
stuff
too.
ironically.
There was
but
also
in the
one with
crowd
him like
singing
literally being Borat, like dressed up in Borat shit, driving on.
I feel like things are so crazy
The
right
road.
now that he's having to just be more straightforward.
Yeah, I mean some things are like beyond parody at this point.
Yeah, it'd be hard for
Oh
him
my
to
gosh.
do another.
Did you
really-
guys
Yeah,
did you guys see that
doesn't
video
look
of
need
Antifa
to be
standing
even
up
more
against
overt
ICE?
with our satire now, because
What'd
every
you say?
piece of satire has already come true.
I
Oh,
was
right,
just
right, yeah, it's hard.
when you guys were talking about like everything seems like satire right now. Did you guys see that video of Antifa facing off against ICE?
I try to watch less of that stuff every day.
Oh, it's
I haven't seen
hilarious. They're just holding fucking umbrellas against rubber bullets.
Oh my god.
Oh, I
It's-
think
yeah,
it's
I don't know.
so
Hong
hard.
Kong
Let's-
protesters did that shit too, and everybody in America was like, "Go team!" And then all of a sudden, people in America do it, and they're like fucking traitors. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think that they're traitors, but if they're a part of Antifa, I immediately lose respect for them.
hmm
So
I'm a bit
So
more
we're at-
nuanced.
yeah, it's the thing is like I see them as criminals, and
Uh-huh.
no, not in support with them.
It's like talking about anonymous though. Like it's impossible. Like anyone, if,
Anonymous
isn't real. That's what I'm getting at. As long as there's any group where there's no
Yeah.
actual like signing up card signing situation, it's like impossible
Yeah.
to have an opinion about the group as a whole. Because I could go blow something up and say I did it in the name of any group, and then now it's like, is that group responsible or am I just
Yeah.
an asshole?
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I will say though, at least Anonymous has charm.
Well, that's the thing. Some of them do. Some of them are horrible, awful bastards, and so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's kind of not real if you don't have some kind of like. Even like MS-13 has like you have to go and get approved by people. Like you are or you're
Also,
not in the
Anonymous
group.
did better things, like they close a pedophile ring or something like that, or
Talking about Pizzagate.
no.
Oh wait, no,
Anonymous-
actually, you're right. That did happen. I forgot. You're right. Like 4chan actually legitimately uncovered like some pedophiles and stuff. But that's what I'm saying. It's like for every time they do that, do we say that Anonymous is great? I just don't think it's
they're
hard
not
when you have
great.
these. It's just hard when you have these non-real things.
I don't think
like,
people will agree that Anonymous is great.
I'm just saying I could go blow up a park today and do it in the name of the flying spaghetti monster, and I think it would be ridiculous for all of those people to get lumped in with what I did, because there's no official, there's no sign-in process.
Yeah.
I can't.
Actually,
that's just inherent to the political discourse, especially in the United States. Is like literally all you have to do to justify your own beliefs is look at the opposing group and being like, well, there's a bunch of assholes here. It's like, yeah, there's a bunch of assholes everywhere. It's the United States.
How many
Jeez.
times has PewDiePie gotten ripped apart because of something
like-
someone else did?
Yeah.
There was a thing that just happened where like a bunch of protesters rounded up copies of like my local newspaper 7 days and burned them because they were like, "Ooh, Black Lives Matter people only got some of what they wanted." And everyone got so triggered over that. And then everybody was like,
it's
I remember the
because
shooter
Breonna
in New
Taylor was
Zealand, and
shot
he
by
was like,
police
"Sub to
and
PewDiePie,"
the
and
police
PewDiePie
didn't
got a
get
bunch
the
of
proper
articles about him.
punishment or
Yeah, that was
charge.
unfortunate.
so dumb.
I don't know what
And that's what I'm talking about. I think we need to be better about isolating those things.
I think protesting is a good thing, and I think that the United States
peacefully, of
is
course.
very corrupt, and I don't think just voting will take care of that. I mean, the civil rights movement only
The
succeeded
voting will
because
take care of it, but it has to take care of it on a smaller level. By the time you get to the president, we're already at the head of a long problem. We need lots and lots of voting to happen at the House level, at the Senate level, at the what do you call it, local level even. I mean, that's the thing too. So many people vote for the president who don't vote locally, and they can affect their own lives.
Yeah,
so much more
because
than voting
that's what
locally.
has all the attention on
for
it.
What do you
senators
prefer
or
more,
district
Trump or Biden, or none?
I think
Adam, one thing. How does Canada count their? What's the electoral system in Canada?
It's multi-party.
Representative. Well, we don't vote for a prime minister. We vote for a representative parliament.
Yeah.
And whichever party gets the most seats in parliament,
Yeah.
that leader becomes the prime minister.
Oh, that's similar to what's going on in Israel. Yeah.
Hey, Sebastian, how long have you been in Canada? You don't.
My entire life. Actually.
You don't have a real traditional Canadian accent to my ears.
It's a new
Adam
feed.
feels different, but.
Well, my dad's from Quebec.
Oh,
okay.
So I tend to have my second language is French.
Yeah.
Newfies just make their own shit up anyway.
I've watched all 6 seasons of Letterkenny, so I know.
My parents were. My mom was from Nova Scotia, so I live in Nova Scotia my entire life.
Okay, I hear that more.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
I'm actually American. Just had to
all
be the Frenchest name here.
All I was gonna say though was like,
is that
I
a
think
Rush?
a community I'm more active
Probably
in.
originally, but
I think a community I'm more active in though, as I was gonna say, was Kiwi Farms, but I've only made one post, and that was on Quentin Reviews. And I don't know what your guys' opinion is on him.
No
I
comment.
think he's a fucking loser. So,
Who?
Quentin Reviews.
I'm not interested in drama.
No. But I used to enjoy him, but then he turned his.
Wait,
videos
you're
into
not
a
interested in
political
drama?
forum.
No, I'm really not. Let's not shit talk other people.
Is that the one person who takes issue with Doug Walker or what?
He does, and I take issue with it,
I don't really get that because like I do enjoy some of Doug Walker's content, his individual critiques, not nostalgic reviews.
Hey, Adam.
I used to like him, but the thing is that after that whole thing, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I can't watch him again. So
what whole thing?
Channel Awesome.
Some
Channel
controversy
Awesome
with
drama.
Channel
Change the
Awesome.
channel.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
And it still haunts me to this day. It's just
every now and then I do watch his individual reviews on movies, but not the nostalgic reviews because they're just stupid. You know.
Then for some reason he had Fenna on a stupid special. So
yeah.
Adam.
Adam, I know some Kimbo fans who disagree with you.
But I think the thing is like, and I won't mention other YouTubers, but one thing that I hate the most is when their channel is mainly for entertainment, and all of a sudden they take a segment of the video and turn it into a political forum, and I hate that so much. I'd rather listen to my aunt and uncle argue about politics at the dinner table than listen to a person that I watch for entertainment talk about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Chris
I mean,
Stuckman
you
is
don't have to watch
did a
them.
whole
So.
thing about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
How he supports that.
If it's like for humor, I understand that, but like the unnamed person just like for some reason started saying, "I fucking hate Trump" in the middle of his video. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. I
Hey,
don't
Rock,
care.
did you have a question just a second ago?
Yeah.
Oh,
Adam
sorry
seems-
about that.
No, you're good. Adam seems like I don't know if I'm reading body language correctly.
Mhm.
It seems like you might want to change topics.
Yeah, probably.
I wanted
Sorry about
to. So to take a hard left, I wanted to ask your question. I just got the
left.
chance. I've been meaning to watch it for a really long time. I just got the chance to watch $1 Million Baby.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was curious if you had seen
Never
it.
seen it.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I really enjoyed it from memory. I thought it was great. Yeah,
remember the
I would
controversy
need
around
to
it?
watch it again though.
No, what was it?
Yeah, it's just I
I've
thought
never
it was a
heard of
really
it.
excellent like sports film.
Mhm.
I mean, I think there's a lot of great sports films out there, but like especially for like a boxing film, it's probably the best I've seen, where it really like utilizes the concept
Mhm.
in the theme itself. Like you have the narrator using concepts that come from boxing in order to explain
Yeah.
story elements.
It
stuff
tells a
like that.
bigger story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is $1 Million Baby more like a Moneyball? I'm not that familiar with sports
No,
movies.
it's
Moneyball is
impossible
not
to
at all.
describe $1 Million Baby's true experience without really spoiling the movie, honestly.
Do not look it up.
But
Do
Moneyball
not.
is.
I'm
You
already
gotta
looking
I
it up.
saw Moneyball recently.
Let me
I
look at
know
the
it's more
images.
about like the behind the scenes stuff than the
What was the,
actual sport. I wouldn't say the
Yeah.
same about $1 Million Baby. I'd say this actual sport itself plays a much bigger part in $1 Million Baby than in Moneyball.
What was the controversy, Chad? He said.
Oh, there was a bunch of people who were super mad saying that it was a gateway for trying to get people used to euthanasia.
Oh.
Oh boy.
You're always gonna get those people. I
Every
remember.
movie.
Bizarre.
I remember I
it was a
saw an
big stink
article.
though.
I remember I
Like,
saw
I
an
accidentally
article.
started an even more controversial
There's a movie called The Sea
conversation.
Inside, which is about a guy trying to advocate for the right to euthanize yourself. How come?
Well, was that made by Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
giver was
Taylor
It's not
Swift.
American, so it doesn't count.
euthanization.
Exactly.
Yeah. I gotta pee real
remember
quick. I'll be right back.
I remember I read an article for like a journalist was reviewing Dunkirk, and he hated the movie because he said like it was a metaphor for Brexit.
Wow, exactly right, and it's a
and
real
it-
story.
How
it
the
really
hell?
happened.
Ooh.
Also,
Because it's
remember
like
when
the British were trying to get away from Europe, and so
No, I
That
know, but it's
doesn't
funny
make
because it's
sense.
it's an actual story. If it was
Yeah.
made up, maybe you could say that. I
Yeah.
heard an interesting one about the Batman. Someone was complaining that when Batman doesn't have high tech powers or gear, then like in this version we're about to get, the problem is that the message it sends is that the only reason the cops aren't more effective is because they can't break the law like Batman can.
Well,
But if he has high tech gear, then the reason he's more effective than the
Well,
cops is
I
because of
always-
all those
I always
wonderful
used to
toys.
experiment.
It's cute, it was
hero
interesting.
the neo-libertarian.
You know,
I always
also
assume with sorry, Jordan.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say about Dunkirk. I also remember they said it was a sexist movie because there were no females in it.
I heard it was
It's like-
racist because there's no black
That's
people.
bad.
Well, okay, and that's the
But
thing.
I
is,
always-
like,
Yeah. Armin White called like the
it's like it's
2019
historically
version of
accurate.
Little
What are we
Woman
supposed to
racist.
do?
But I remember.
Yeah, right.
No,
Going
wait,
back to
there was
Batman.
a black guy.
Armin
Yeah,
White said
Batman.
like the 2019. Armin White said the 2019 version of Little Woman was racist because like the main characters are white, even though he like phrases Gone with the Wind in the original.
Luckily, we already know he's an idiot, so
It
that
just
helps.
keeps
Going
coming
back to
the
Batman.
conversation.
Yeah, what's up,
That's
Sebastian?
how-
Yeah, Batman.
He doesn't.
You
Like I
you
doubt
mentioned
he
how like
actually has influence.
you
Oh,
mentioned how like
yeah.
the Gotham police aren't as good because Batman has all that technology. But I always
Right.
assume because Batman is because all the
I'm
cops
new here,
in
by the way.
Gotham,
Hello.
all the
Hello.
cops are corrupt.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All the cops are what,
It's-
Sebastian?
Corrupt.
I think.
You know, that's funny. I said the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Part of the
Because, like-
if you are gonna do it where he doesn't have magical gear, then the difference can be that the cops are all on the take and that he's the only one who's actually
Because like
just
they're always
righteous.
on the paycheck of like Falcone.
Exactly,
or
right.
Hank
And that's
Graham.
why nothing gets done. I agree with you. I think that's a good way for you to play around the idea of you trying to sell that it's a good thing that he's a vigilante.
Yeah.
Can we play Among Us? Like all of us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
I don't
to
think
see
we can
where
fit
the
this
No.
Batman movie goes. I'm
Well-
very excited for it.
I just want to play Among Us with somebody. I mean, we can have like.
Among Us. Oh, that'd be fun.
It's like anyone.
Okay, so
Well,
the
you
funny
can
thing
trade
is, I
info
bought
in
Among
the
Us
chat
a
if you
couple weeks
want.
ago.
How do I'm on my phone. I'm not fucking. I'm not rich.
I know. Because I did buy Among Us a couple weeks ago, and I have yet to launch it because my friend refuses to play it.
You know what? I
So-
think push the button is better. I'm gonna say it. I don't even care. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I played that.
I wasn't
We still
crazy
need to
about
do
it.
like a Jackbox thing at some point.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
does anybody want to squat up on Fall Guys?
Fall Guys.
Not at the moment.
I only have
But
it on
you
PS4.
can you
so.
can trade info in the chat if you want. If you want people to add on your
How?
Steam or whatever.
Sorry.
There should be a chat option somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know on mobile. I just have it on my.
Right.
Someone in the chat is asking about the Snyder Cut, and I think it's so funny that we've gotten to the point that somehow Zack Snyder has more street cred than Joss Whedon.
Oh, yeah.
And like he's gonna say,
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
White
You know,
raving.
the-
So
Never
funny,
any
he's so
Snyder
bad.
cut. Never.
I
any
can
Snyder
already
cut.
see like Armand White raving about the Snyder cut, the Justice League, because he loved Man of Steel. He loved Batman versus Superman, and he even liked the original version of Justice League.
It's
But
just
I
so
just feel
strange
like
that we've
it's-
gotten to a point that the guy who made Avengers and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and freaking Firefly has turned into the guy who we
Cabin
need to
of
get
the
saved from by the guy who made like Sucker Punch.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, but the Snyder Cut cost at least 7 million to make.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only the
it's
Snyder
a
Cut.
hint that there was never any Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
what I'm.
they-
That's what I'm always been saying. It's like this movie, the Snyder Cut's going to be the exact same movie, just longer.
Well, or they're just going to spend $1
4
billion
hours.
and they're going to end up creating kind of a new movie, and
The
yeah,
funny
it's
thing
just
is
it's
that-
not going to be good. That's the ultimate thing. No matter what
Yeah.
it is, it just
No
won't
matter
be
what
good.
it is, no one's going to be happy.
Well, no, the-
300 isn't even as good as
the-
I remember. Like,
Okay.
The Snyder
I
guys
was
are
looking-
like a cult, so they like it anyway.
well, that's
I was
it.
looking
Exactly
at the
right.
I was looking at the comments for like the Snyder Cut trailer, and people were like, "Ooh, everyone's gonna hate it because they love Marvel and they're biased against DC."
Dude, I got annihilated. I made a negative
so
video
weird.
about it, and I got
Dude,
annihilated. in
my
the
favorite
comments.
franchise is the MCU, and I'm so pumped for the Batman movie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I just want another Guardians of the
me
Galaxy.
too. I'm.
Oh wait,
super
Chad, do you
pumped.
have a YouTube channel?
What was that?
I was asking Chad, do you have a
Oh,
YouTube
Chad.
channel?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
You can put the link below, please.
Sure. Is that cool, Adam? I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't care.
Be a weirdo.
Thanks.
Adam, I actually have a question.
Yes.
Have you seen a movie called Spree?
Spree. That's a new one,
Yeah, it's
isn't
in
it?
your watch list. It's
Came
in your
out,
watch list. I recommend
Yeah. Yeah, it's on my
Well,
watch
what-
list. I haven't
what
seen it
just
yet.
I won't say.
What just
anything
happened?
about
I
it,
like
but,
things froze for me. What just happened? What's the conversation about?
We're talking about
Is that about
The movie
Spree.
Spree.
Uh,
Again, if you
oh,
watch it,
yeah.
please
Like
try to watch
Unfriended,
Like
but
Me.
Yeah.
It looks
apparently.
similar.
I'll watch it. I'll see how it is. I'm like really busy with Film Fest stuff right now.
Oh, what are your
Alright.
all I
what are
can
your
say.
tip highlights?
TIFF highlights. I made a tweet about my TIFF highlights.
Yeah, something that stood out for me from the tweet is like the animated movie from the people who made. Song of
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
Sea.
really like that one.
Is that the best movie they made so far?
Well, for me, yeah, but I mean, I feel like a lot of other people got much more out of the other films than I did. So I can't really.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it was great.
In
I
that
thought it was
case,
really
I
good.
like good animation.
Yeah.
Did you say
Yeah,
Song
I
of the
really
South?
like The Secret of Kells.
No, Song of
so-
the Sea.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
The
Irish
Secret of
movie.
Kells, A Song of the Sea, and The Breadwinner. They're
Yeah.
called Cartoon Saloon. Probably the best animation studio right now.
Yeah.
Very consistent with their quality.
Yeah.
Shiva
That's
Baby
just
was
because they're
great.
independent and didn't make much.
Pieces of a Woman was
Have you seen-
great. And Fireball, the new Herzog documentary, was also great.
Hell yeah.
How about
By the way-
Nomadland? A lot of people like that.
Nomadland was really
Yeah, but-
fucking meh. It was just like.
By the way, do you
But
have
some
the
people
Herzog
really liked
movie
it.
Lo and Behold on your watch list? Adam?
Yes, it's on my watch
It's a
list.
2016.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I think it
Which
apparently
Herzog did more
uses real
acting?
nomads, so that's why some people like it, I guess.
Like what?
It's
maybe I'm
Frances
wrong.
McDormand's good. It's like really natural feeling and a good setup that it doesn't do anything with, and there's like no character arc, and it kind of just meanders the entire film, and nothing really happens.
I believe Poggers would like to say something.
No, I think he's fine.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be a weird thing that I'm just going to bring up, though. But if anyone wants to hear a really good song, it's Billy Wiz / Blue 1 by Spacemen 3. Really good song.
Okay.
This really underrated song, The Less I Know The Better. It's real good.
Tame Impala, yeah, they're really great.
Oh, I love Tame Impala, except I did not like their recent album.
Yeah, oh, the song Patience was great. Have you heard that yet?
I didn't like Patience. I liked Borderline, but then he butchered it and removed it from my purchases. So.
Speaking of Werner Herzog, I wish he did a lot more acting. I saw him in the first season of The Mandalorian, and it like reminded me that like, God, this guy's really good.
He might sound very
Julian
different
Donkey
in
Boy.
season
That's
2.
the role he was born to play. Just Werner Herzog, one of the weirdest movie makers of all time, playing a Harmony Korine character, like a main.
That's the only Harmony Korine film I haven't seen.
Julian Donkey Boy.
Yeah.
You would love it.
No, I know. I've
If
seen
you
it.
like
It's good,
Werner
yeah.
Herzog as an actor, you should watch Chad.
No, it's good. I'm a huge I've seen all the Crane movies.
His narration in the newest documentary this year, he sounds very different. His voice is like dying. I mean, it's still really
Do you
great.
think he got sick or something? He had like a.
I think he's just
a stroke or
fucking
something?
800 years
Just
old.
Okay, that's
He's
fair.
just old, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. He just, you know what it is? He has gravitas. Like in that scene that he's in The Mandalorian, it's like the most real movie feel you get in the whole show because he just brings this weight of like gravitas when he speaks.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to him, the Baby Yoda was a puppet and not CGI.
Yeah, he said it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I saw a video of him describing Baby Yoda. It's just him with his voice and him speaking in that unique way that he does. He's a very interesting person, and a lot of his personality gets injected into his movies, which is why even when they're bad, like Salt and Fire is a terrible movie, but I can't hate it because I mean it's a Werner Herzog movie.
I've been saying that about Nicolas Cage. Like Nicolas Cage, I think you don't put him in a standard movie, but when you make a movie like Mandy, then all the things he does that ruins a different kind of movie make that movie enhanced. Like he's amazing.
Yeah,
for
actually,
those
he
kinds of
saw
roles.
Bad Lieutenant.
He didn't even want to play Red.
I did see
He
Colors
didn't
Out of
even want to
Space.
play Red in Mandy. He wanted to play Sand.
Yes, that's true. No. It was the other way around. It was Panos Cosmatos wanted him to play the cult leader because he thought he was too old to play Red, and he wanted to play Red. And it took like a year, and they finally got him playing Red.
That's funny.
It was actually, it was the other way around. I think that's fascinating because he's so perfect for Red. I couldn't imagine him as the cult leader.
Call New Orleans.
I don't
And
like
it
it.
was
Everyone
wrong.
else seems to.
Don't like
what?
Bad Lieutenant.
You said you didn't like it?
I don't like
Herzog
it.
and
Everyone else does.
Cage.
I know, right?
Yeah,
You know what it
it
is? I think
was
part of it is
like-
the old Bad Lieutenant. I think is so amazing, and I can't not hear it.
It's like a completely different
Yeah,
movie.
but
It's not even
It is
trying
a
to be.
completely
Yeah, it
different,
wasn't supposed to be a bad.
He didn't even watch the first one, and then Abel Ferreira got really
It's a
mad.
movie that I enjoyed.
You can tell.
What's a legit good Nicolas Cage movie?
Sorry?
Adaptation.
What is a legit good Nicolas Cage?
Adaptation.
like a series.
Adaptation. Lord of War.
Have you seen Leaving Las Vegas? He won an
Leaving
Oscar
Las
for
Vegas.
I haven't seen that one
Yeah,
yet.
Leaving Las Vegas is good.
Leaving Las Vegas is
one
good.
from the 90s that
Like a
was
very, very minor.
Matchstick Men.
The Weatherman, I remember being
City
pretty
of
good.
Angels is bad. No. City of
City of
Angels is a
Angels.
remake
But,
of a movie called Wings of Desire. Wings of Desire is much better.
Vampire Kiss.
Vampires. Yeah. That's the hard part. There's so many meme ones that I love, but it's hard to like remember which ones are
Yeah, Bad
actually
Lieutenant
good.
is a movie
Cage
that
is-
I love, but I know that a lot of things I love about it are probably not intentional. But I still
And that's
enjoyed
what
it
I'm
a lot.
talking about. That's what I'm saying. That was the hard is when I said I didn't like it. A lot of
It's
people. I
so
think.
funny.
There's people, and that's the
Yeah,
problem.
it's
Is like
hilarious.
I guess it's easier for me to separate when I like a movie for meme reasons or if I think it's like actually good, you know. And so
Yeah.
for that one, it's because I love Vampire's Kiss because of the meme reasons, but I don't actually think it's all that great, you know.
Yeah, Vampire's Kiss is
and
an
if you look at,
interesting
like,
case
Mom
because
and
it's supposed to
Dad-
be part comedy, part drama, but the comedy is very successful and the drama is a complete failure to
It's
the
so
point where it's
weird.
just as funny as the comedy.
Such a weird
Yeah.
movie.
And if you look at like Mom and Dad, that is Nicolas Cage.
Okay,
and
Mom and Dad. I
like
think he's actually
that
good in that.
because that's, like,
It wasn't a good
meme
movie.
worthy, Nick.
Well, I think the thing, at least what I would say is it's consistent with they casted him for a role that kind of acting works for.
He's not
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think-
in it much, but I would argue Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Nick Cage is.
She's not in it much, but
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
Oh, right. He was in.
Yeah, I forgot he was in it.
He's the noir guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I would equate Nick Cage to kind of like I get that this is kind of a weird comparison to make, but to me he's almost like a shoot. What's his name? Sorry, I'm thinking like The Shining and
Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson. He's kind of like a Nicholson with worse taste in
I don't
the
think that's a
films he
crazy
picks.
comparison. I don't think that's insane.
Yeah, I think he's like that. He's an excellent like character actor. He just doesn't have. He either doesn't have a very good agent, or he just like that.
No, he owes a lot of money.
Yeah,
so he just says yes
So
to
he has to act
everything.
in as much things as many
Yeah,
things as possible.
he's broke. That's what it is.
That's so weird.
Said his favorite fun
he
fact,
has like 3
Werner
castles.
Herzog said his favorite actors working today are Nicolas Cage and
Imagine
Michael Shannon.
being so
Two
shit
actors
with your
known for
money that you
acting.
can make millions of dollars and
Yeah.
still be like in debt.
Dude, like he was one of the highest
That'd be
paid
pretty-
actors,
pretty
period.
upsetting.
And
Didn't he
ended
have
up
like a
in that much
T-Rex
debt.
skull or something like that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
That was
I
cheap
didn't
though.
know
That was only like
that's
$250,000.
Money because
He had
of
like
that.
3 castles. He has like 14 properties that are worth,
Yeah, like what the fuck?
millions of
Just
dollars.
like calm
It's-
down on your spending habits.
Well, you know what it is? It's what happens when a person
First
has an
world
addictive
problem.
personality gets access.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a Coke problem because I can't afford Coke, you know? So you have this problem where when a guy ends up where you give him hundreds of millions of dollars and he has a horrible, like no self-esteem, like you get Nicolas Cage, you get Johnny
That's
Depp.
insane. I had no idea about any of that. I might
Dude,
have
if
to
you
look
look,
into that.
so
Oh yeah,
I-
look at the
I-
stuff he bought.
So I did a whole video on him, and what happened is like I compared him to Daniel Day-Lewis, who isn't in a lot of movies. Since like 1971, Daniel Day-Lewis has been in 21 films. Nicolas Cage has been in 21 films in the last 3 years.
Oh wow.
Is
Again,
madness.
He won Oscars. He literally won a Best Actor Oscar for his
No, for sure.
performance in Leaving Las Vegas. Yet
Yeah, he's a
starring
good
in
actor.
crappy
The problem
movies.
is his choices. As...
He also, but he's doing something
Yeah,
weirando. And
he's
another
doing
actor brought up a
everything
good point that
else.
he's one of the only actors who's doing something new with the art. Like ever since Brando, there's kind of been this thing where every actor has figured out that the right way to act is to be as naturalistic as possible and to be as real as possible. And I think that there's something to be said for Nicolas Cage purposely abandoning that and trying to do something different.
He always gives
doesn't
it his
work.
all.
He does that.
Yeah.
I will admit that. Yeah, you know, he never phones it in. That's real. Like he'll
Yeah.
be in the shittiest movie ever and he doesn't phone it in. He'll be in the freaking
Yeah,
Sorcerer's
Bad
Apprentice.
Lieutenant. I can't say
Hey,
if
I
his
like
performance
Sorcerer's.
was bad or not because it's so him. It's so him.
I like Jay. He's a good boy.
So I did actually watch a Cage film recently. It was Color Out of Space.
Oh,
Yeah, it was all right.
Meh.
It was an alright film.
It was mad. I was
really
really
like
excited
it.
about Richard Stanley coming back because I had just seen a documentary about him making Island of Dr. Moreau. And I was like, oh,
I
Richard
actually
Stanley's
saw
back, awesome.
Dr.
And then it
Moreau.
was just like, nah.
Yeah,
How
I've
many
seen
people
like so
actually
many
seen the Island
people
of
be
Dr.
like, "OMG, Color Out of Space is
No.
so great."
It's
And
not.
the trailer
It's not the
was
best
like,
movie, but it had some really admirable things about
Well,
it.
it was hard too because if I saw it before Mandy, I probably would have liked it a lot more. But it felt like it just failed at what Mandy pulled off.
Mhm.
But I feel like
Yeah.
he
And
captured a
Panos
lot of-
Cosmatos has only made 2 movies, so I'm actually really excited to like see more of what he did.
Yeah.
What
I
he
think
Even in
does.
the trailer, they're like, "Color Out of Space" is from the producers of Mandy, so they're clearly like
Not the director.
aiming for
Nicolas
the
Cage and
people who
weird
saw
colorful.
Mandy.
I don't know who did the visual effects in Color Out of Space, but it's very admirable. I'd say it captures that Lovecraftian feel. So
I didn't think the effects were great.
I didn't think so. I actually
Really?
thought they were kind of
I
bad. That was
thought
one of
they
my
were
complaints.
I thought they were very creepy. And
I thought they
also-
stuck out too much.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
not talking
People
about the
like-
plots.
You
I'm
know what
talking
it
about
is
the
though?
features.
That's a great example. Someone was giving me crap earlier about Joker because it's just really Joaquin Phoenix has a great performance. I think that almost anything good I have to say about Color Out of Space is Nicolas Cage. He's so much fun to watch on screen.
That is
Yeah.
the best part.
Yeah, some people are saying his performance is really
Joker,
inconsistent. Like sometimes he's acting crazy, even when the script isn't really calling him to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I always say about him. That's why you can't put him in Face Off.
Or
I
that his
disagree. That
character is
Joker is like the Joaquin
inconsistent,
Phoenix
rather.
movie. I'm tired of having that debate.
Can you imagine Nicolas Cage in like in a Tarantino film?
Oh,
Yeah, I could. Tarantino
Yeah.
would write it for him.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
I'll send
Cast
you
him
a
as
link
young
about
Bill
the
in the
newest
new Kill
movie
Bill
Nicolas
film.
Cage is gonna be in.
What's
I
that?
look like Nick Cage and Safdie brothers.
Nick Cage.
That's weirder.
Nick
That
Cage
would be
in a Neil
weirder.
Breen film.
I just
Unless he
want to
played
make a
himself,
movie
though.
where Nicolas Cage is playing every character.
Oh, that
There's
would
a
be
movie about him
fantastic.
playing himself.
Okay, what if he was in Split?
Like the
then?
restaurant
That'd be
scene and
amazing.
being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Where he's playing every
This is
character. All right,
like-
Adam, do you want to bring attention to it or do you just ignore it? And it's just like, nope, just don't think about it.
No, it would
I
just
think that'd
like
be
every
right.
single character would be him.
read the synopsis.
Whether or
Yeah, I like
not
that.
whether or
Like a
not
Nuremberg
they
film,
would
You're just going through the
don't
just
point
like a
it out, just let it
normal
happen.
movie.
And it's just,
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Just like The Lake
and I want him to
House.
set up the camera. I want him to write the script. I want the Neil Breen equivalent of
I would
Cage.
not
I want every name in the credits to be Cage. He needs
Even
to make the food.
I would handle him
Yeah.
just being the actor. I think that would be
He's
so
gonna
much
play
fun.
himself in this new movie called The Unbearable Weight of
Oh
Massive
yeah.
See,
Yes,
it
that's
says,
what I
like,
mentioned. It's him
He's gonna be playing Joe Exotic or something, isn't he?
Yeah, I heard about
He's
that.
playing
yeah.
himself in a movie.
I would
Yeah,
love to
and
play.
he gets-
Xanthos is making
and
something
in
new.
the
That's
movie,
exciting.
he gets cast in a Quentin Tarantino thing.
Release the Superman Nicolas Cage cut.
Yeah, right. I know. We need the giant spiders.
I mean, at least
Yeah.
we get some
Yeah.
I would
Well, the
love to
giant
see a Nick
spiders
Cage
were in,
project, except it's like Germa's green screen movie night. So.
Adam.
The giant spider was in
Sorry, I'll let them finish.
Wild Wild West. So if you want to see
Yeah,
that,
yeah. No,
or
you're
how
right.
that
I
would
know.
turn out, you'll be
I know that. Yeah, that story. Yeah,
Wild
that's
Wild
really
West.
funny though, because I'm like, dude, give me a bunch of money. I'll make a movie with spiders in it. Like, fine, I don't care.
There are
Sell it
lots
quick.
What were you trying to say?
Maybe as a giant spider.
What's that?
But
You can do a lot with giant spiders.
Oh, I know.
For
I'm just saying
someone
that
to
guy
make
was
part in
obsessed
the
with
Wild West
spiders, and
movie.
so it's because the producer was obsessed with it. That's what Kevin Smith was saying. Is that
Yeah,
like
and
he
was
wanted the
like
Superman movie to
Barbara
have all the
Streisand's
spiders.
hairdresser or something, and she just made him a producer. Is that right?
I don't
Yeah,
know
'cause-
that part. I know that he's obsessed with spiders though.
Just wasn't his Brainiac just a spider?
Rock is trying to say something again.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm really just a punk bitch in this chat, aren't I? But,
No, that's fine.
It's
That's
gentle
fine.
giant
Great.
syndrome. I'm 6'6", so I'm always.
I'm only 4 or 5, so that's why.
I'm sitting in the back of the
Hey,
class.
I
as per
don't think
usual.
people even hear what I have to say.
Is this your first time here, Rock?
This is my second time. Last time I was very quiet. This time I'm trying to actually let myself say stuff.
That's how I felt in my first one. I was like very like.
I was just curious if anyone else has seen. I watch a lot of those like quarter crew videos where they go over like VFX.
Oh yeah.
They're developing that new technique of like essentially the background is like living, like it.
Like the Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I saw that they used it for. I haven't.
It's
I wasn't
awesome.
sure if Adam has seen that.
I've
but,
seen
like,
that video.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I can't believe like. I mean, obviously, I've seen what happens when you like tape like a TV screen. So it's incredible to me what they can develop in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
To really overcome those obstacles like that. It's just...
Sorry, I was in the middle of a dogfight. What is it about?
It's like the background of the shot moves in perspective to the depth. So like it's not like a green screen. It's like you can actually see what is behind the actors, and it just shifts in perspective to the camera in order to give natural lighting.
It helps a lot with
You're
the
like
lighting,
inside a dome that's like a big screen.
So
And
then when you
essentially
do
the
VFX,
set
you have all the
is
lighting already, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's
and
really
reflections.
interesting.
Yeah,
like they said, it's
awesome.
The Mandalorian. You might take a look at it. I would look up like the Mandalorian visual effects because it's really amazing like what they're doing with like those kinds of effects.
You know, it's funny because I am paying like $10 a month for Disney Plus, and I have yet to really touch it.
What are you even watching?
I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, there's nothing to watch. I don't think it's worth it.
Once I finish the Mandalorian, I'm just canceling it.
Well, and he's like they're having like he's not going back on set right now. Like I don't have any faith that with this many problems that the season 2 is going to be like incredible.
Yeah.
What do you think of Hamilton, the musical?
Which the musical?
The Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Hamilton.
It was all right. I mean, I liked the music. The plot was really, really boring to me. I'm not really super interested in American history.
More of a Moulin Rouge kind of guy.
Yeah. Everyone's been giving Hamilton 5 stars. They're like, "Wow, it's the greatest thing ever."
It's partly because it's very woke and people want to ride the woke.
If it was an actual movie and not just a recording of the stage play, I might like it more.
I mean, I'm glad I got to see a recording of the stage play, but I mean, outside of that, like, yeah, it's fine.
Jersey Boys is a fantastic adaptation, by the way.
Which one?
Jersey Boys.
Is it? Okay.
I actually, because I'm a huge music theater nerd, I actually prefer the film to when I saw it live. It's so good. To put it on location just really makes it so much more in depth. But don't watch the Phantom of the Opera movie though. It's not worth it. It's not
by
even
Joel
close.
Schumacher.
I liked it until Lindsay Ellis explained to me why I'm supposed to.
Where
not
did
say
you
that.
see Jersey Boys on Broadway?
I didn't see it on Broadway, but I did see it at a professional theater here in the state I live in. So it was pretty high level.
Joyzy Boys.
Because I saw it in New York City. I think it was when it was just coming off Broadway, and I love Jersey Boys, but I still haven't seen the movie. But I'm pretty sure I'll probably like them the same way.
Was the Moulin Rouge an adaptation from a play, or did they start with the movie?
That was a movie. That was just all Baz Luhrmann.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Moulin Rouge was the title of a 1950s movie, but I don't know if it's an adaptation.
I don't think it is. It seems more like it's Baz Luhrmann's whole shtick.
It could be. I don't know.
My boy, Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Steve Nash?
I can't stand Moulin Rouge. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're in a lot of company. I'm in the minority here.
I tried to watch it, but I could only get through like the first 30 minutes, and then I was like, I can't watch it anymore.
You know what's funny is that it changes harsh after the first 30 minutes. The same way with like Romeo and Juliet. Both of those movies start out as fever dreams, and then they have a hard left turn after about a half an hour.
I think what I get past in Moulin Rouge is the editing. The editing is so.
It's only for the first like half an hour though. It really slows down after that.
It does.
It's still intense. You're right. It's more intense than normal, but it's not like the first half an hour because no one would be able to like handle that for.
Also the angle of the camera, they are very awkward. I don't know if it was intentional.
Is this over PG? Is this a gross angle? Should I don't.
Oh, that's perfect.
I only have my phone.
Give us that POV shot, baby.
Oh yeah.
No.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Has Baz Luhrmann made anything in the last like 20 years? What is it up to now?
It's fine.
You know,
I think Baz Luhrmann's doing
I have a friend. I have a friend who does not like anything other than she doesn't like any other genre of music aside from musical, like stage play musicals.
She's just woke. She's on a different.
Did she like Cats?
She actually likes Cats, but not the movie.
That's funny because I think the biggest problem with Cats is that the music isn't good.
I remember because
there's no problems with Cats. It's the best movie ever made.
I
don't know. It didn't have buttholes, man.
I'm sorry, but I'm calling it now that Cats is gonna get a Showgirls like resuscitation.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
I think not for the same reason, but people like bad movies. I think
Showgirls. People think it's a satire, but if you watch the writer's other movies, you realize he made a career off of just showing naked women. Like
I mean,
the people who like Showgirls, I think
they weren't entirely naked.
I just think with Augie, he's on a. I think there's a point
like
that
a scene of Sharon
it might be like The
Stone
Room.
removing her underwear at a restaurant. It's not
like
I think
Paul
Verhoeven is known for doing
What do you think
satires.
about Elle? That's like another Paul Verhoeven movie that has rape and stuff, but I think it's kind of.
Elle is way better. I think Elle is still not that good, but I think it's way better.
I don't know how to relate to you guys, man. I watch movies like once in a blue moon, bro. Like I just like Adam's channel.
Oh, thank you. You're here for the memes.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes
I
gaming.
pretty much only watch movies when I have
Can I ask
someone to watch them
a
with.
question not about movies?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Who's all from Canada here? Just so I might be a regular. I just want to get to know you guys. Who's I am?
Three of us, I guess.
I'm from Canada. Yeah.
No,
Just three? Saskatchewan is the best, so yeah.
No. No, Saskatchewan is not good.
Proud American here, and not proud.
What do you mean Saskatchewan is not good? Where are you from?
I live near Canada, sort of. So there's that.
It's I don't know. Have you been anywhere else?
Me?
I've been
So
in
from
Canada.
Saskatchewan?
In Montreal.
No, I've never left the province.
Yeah, well, that's
did.
why you think Saskatchewan's fine.
Have you ever been to Saskatchewan?
Yes, I have.
Wait, there's no way.
I think Nunavut is the best part of Canada, in my opinion. But
Wait, what is Saskatchewan? What is Saskatchewan?
No, Saskatchewan is literally like the shithole of Canada. I was just.
It's Center Prairie province.
It's the bread box of
Want to
Canada.
hear a hilarious family story about our trip to Canada?
Sure.
So, we were gonna go up there to finally visit the Underground Mall because I've been wanting to go there for years. But we happened to go up there on Labor Day when everything was closed.
Oh.
And we didn't know that everything was closed.
Oops.
So we basically just had to go home.
That's funny.
Pretty bad.
Is anyone else doing school right now? And like it fucking sucks for you guys too. It's like,
I'm in college
screwed
right
over.
now.
I've been out of school for 8 years.
I do a remote
high school like two months ago. I'm fresh out of high school.
I'm fine doing
I might be the youngest person here. Is anybody here like 18? Because I might be the youngest person here.
I'm 17.
16.
I'm 17.
8 years since I've been 18.
21.
Oh, never mind that.
Right.
I'm just saying I'm like in a weird period in my life right now, and I'm working on like videos that I mentioned before, like in the previous hangout about Ghibli, and yeah, it's really weird to like be completely new to video making and not know what to do and just kind of have faith.
Feel it out.
Just kind of trust in your own future that you'll improve and just kind of test the waters.
That's the way to do it, man.
Strange.
Be your own toughest critic.
You have a lot of time to practice.
Exactly. Like sometimes I criticize myself over things that I notice in other people's videos and they don't bother me there. So yeah.
I mean,
speaking of my video, I have a small question.
Sure.
We are our worst haters, so don't worry.
Yeah,
there is the saying though. You are your worst critic.
Technical stuff for my
Sure.
video. I need to I want to get footage of a documentary that is only on Netflix and it's very obscure. It doesn't have like any torrents or anything. How do
Sure.
you get footage from?
You can screen record it. You can use like OBS.
OBS.
Yeah.
OBS is the best way to do it. So
That's what I do for
I've
everything.
tried recording stuff off of Netflix with OBS, but I just get a black screen.
If you have it going from a separate device into like if you're capturing it with a capture card, that usually circumvents that. Because if you sometimes on like if you're recording something directly from a computer, it'll have a thing where it's like, oh, you're not. It knows that you have recording software there, and it's putting the screen black because as like an anti-piracy thing.
Yeah,
but if you have a
Netflix
separate
does that.
device going in through a capture card, then that usually circumvents that. If not, then use an HDMI splitter and do the same thing.
Well,
Can I ask a question?
I'm not experienced with this at all. I don't know what an HDMI splitter is.
YouTube, man, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, I have
Use
no
your
idea
resources.
doing
Yeah.
this as like something to.
An HDMI splitter is basically a
and
tiny
this-
device that splits the connection from one output into two outputs for HDMI.
Here's a good example of a splitter. So something like this.
Yeah, so that's an audio cable splitter or whatever. But you can get like an HD.
Oh, it's lightning, but
Oh, whatever it is. Yeah, but an HDMI splitter usually is like
It's a splitter.
powered.
So I tried to record the Q&A from After Feels Good Man, but I just got the audio.
Yeah,
Can I
I
ask
still
a
need to watch
question,
that
please,
entire
guys?
Q&A.
Yes,
It's like
please.
3 hours, but I think I'll be able to get through it if I can.
Are you
just-
talking
That
about
other
the one
Q&A.
on the highlights channel?
Yeah, the other one.
It's a different
yeah,
one. One of the highlights channel is from.
I'm
Yeah.
really interested in seeing that. Right? I think it's your second interview with these guys, right?
Yeah, the other
these
time I
guys
was
invite
guesting
you?
on a Q&A that they were doing for one of their film premiere live streams.
Did they invite you back to do the other interview?
I mean, so this other one was just hosted on my Twitch, and they just said that they wanted to hang out on my Twitch, so I was like, okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Q&As, I have a question. Who's this? I saw your Joe on a boat video. How do you know him? Like, who is he?
Because they make
He was
content on
very
YouTube, and I enjoy their content, and we follow each other on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Adam.
Yep.
Can I ask Adam a
Sure.
question?
Go for it.
Oh shit. Oh, can you still throw up on command?
Yes, I can.
Oh no!
Please don't do
that.
Holy fuck.
If he would just do it right now,
Okay,
that's.
turning off camera.
Should do it again.
I don't have a bowl.
Work, Adam.
Oh no!
Go get a bowl, man. Come on.
No.
No.
guys.
I'll believe it when I see it. Come on.
Seeing you puke in your
Don't
Saw
do it.
videos was like traumatizing.
Yeah.
Adam,
So weird. and
Adam,
There's
dumb.
also him like being much younger and vomiting
for
in his
you
chest in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. Not gonna do it right now. You can see videos of me do it. There's at least 2 videos of me doing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like, if you
watch
want
the
to see
Saw
him do it, just look up his video.
Yeah, Saw Part 2 on my YMS channel, and then
Yeah.
on my Dark Ocean Films channel, you can see a video called Super Chill.
And it's also on your like M Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
Sucks
I included a
channel.
clip there in my M Night video also. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I think of M Night?
yeah. I thought that was
I
pretty
wish
funny.
I wish I could
How
find
did
that
you
video
even
you
find out
showed
you can do
on the M Night Shyamalan one, where it's just describing his career perfectly by piano.
Oh yeah, piano.
Have you guys seen
yeah.
Pony Smasher flip us off for 4 hours?
Yeah, I noticed that today. I didn't watch the whole
Did
thing.
you- There is a cool part. that's
Oh,
like, I don't know.
you want
maybe-
to timestamp
Yeah,
it?
I do actually. Let me see if I can find it. It
Like a
is.
what?
It's about exactly at 3 hours in.
Exactly 3 hours.
I do believe so.
To what?
Into his.
So
4
David F.
hours of flipping us
Sandberg
off.
released a video on his YouTube channel where he flips us off for 4 hours. Let's see, exactly 3 hours.
Exactly 3. I do. I'm
Oh
watching
my
right
God!
now.
Yeah, I can see it in the.
Yeah. It was really
in the
dope. Actually, it was
preview.
pretty cool. He is my hero. I love that guy so much.
I love his short films. I don't really like his.
What is
feature length
happening
stuff,
here?
but
No, I don't like his features almost at all. But whatever. His YouTube channel is a gold mine. Like he is so awesome and humble about like sharing.
Oh,
craft.
so he made a short version of Tenet in here.
I said that too. That's so funny. I was saying the same thing.
That's so funny.
I wonder if that's why. I wonder if he was like, "Oh, hey, I have a video like this."
Yeah, maybe him flipping off is his thoughts on Tenet.
Oh,
kind of.
Oh my gosh!
Well, he needs to calm down. He made Lights Out, so.
You know, this is going to be a little off
Do you have
topic,
any-
but the name Tenet is making me think of something. But recently, I have started rewatching Doctor Who.
Hey.
Oh.
It is
I know
so
what
cheesy.
you're talking about.
Who is this kid in this
well,
video? Sorry.
I think it's him.
Yeah, maybe it's him when he was younger.
That's and it's
Yeah, it
funny,
does
too,
look
'cause,
like him.
dude.
Yeah, the
it goes
face.
forever. Also, like
That's
he
so funny.
had to do so much choreography here. I
That's
know, I thought so too, yeah,
hilarious.
just long hair. This little Swedish boy.
That's so funny. I didn't. Well,
It's
thanks
pretty
thanks
funny.
for
It's
that
pretty
little
crazy.
Easter egg.
Yeah, it's more than just him flipping you off for 4 hours.
Hey Adam.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have any favorite Radiohead albums?
I don't know if I've
Radiohead,
listened to an entire Head album from start to finish. I've enjoyed many tracks from them, but I don't even know if I could pinpoint what albums they're from. I've listened to In Rainbows a good amount of the tracks. I don't know if I've listened to it as a complete album.
I really
though.
like OK Computer.
Do you guys in general consume content that way anymore? Like I'm 31, so I'm like probably the oldest guy in here. Do you
Listening
guys
to a
still,
full
like,
album?
Yeah, because I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
even for me,
Yeah.
once streaming
Sometimes.
became a thing, I
like
started just
full
cherry
album.
picking a lot.
I have the whole vinyl collection. I mean, I still listen to vinyl, and I try to listen to a full album experience when I get the chance.
Yeah,
I went out of my way to
full
find an
album.
out-of-print copy of one of my favorite albums just to listen to the album in 5.1 surround sound.
So I'm very
Love
picky
that
with my music. I have to like find this right groove that I'm looking for with my music.
Mhm.
And psychedelic rock is where most of it lies. So like recently I bought a full album from a band called Mystic Braves. Good shit. But I don't know. I guess it depends on who you are and what sound you're looking for.
I've been curious about that just in general because I have this theory that like in the future it will be hard to do big I don't know. Well, no. I think it'll be hard for people who make movies to do remakes that reflect an entire generation of people because people will not be consuming media in such a traditional sense anymore because they're cherry picking little songs here and there. It's like
yeah, if you look at like Boards of Canada albums, I mean, I named my username here after Boards of Canada because I really like them.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. I think their albums are like better enjoyed as like one whole experience than like a bunch of songs.
Well, that used to be the thing all the time because everyone used to buy a record and play the whole record. I
Yeah,
think
I
these
know.
days a lot of people don't do that so much anymore because they know
But,
people are
like,
just going to listen to a couple.
Yeah,
songs.
but if people are serious about it, you know, like
structure
if music
is like-
music nerds and music heads will still listen to it that way, but it's fine if you have the choice not to.
Yeah.
The way,
Yeah, let
like,
people
Boards of
experience things how they
Canada's
want. I don't
albums
care.
are
No, Adam, you're right. Just like releasing all of the boys at once.
That's
Yeah.
what I was literally going to say, just like you
I'm,
guys are talking about with Amazon.
Oh,
Right.
I'm,
Again, if you like,
I'll be back in 1 minute. Hold
I'm
on.
not gonna be the,
Okay.
the David Lynch of music.
Choice is almost always better than less choice.
So here's the deal, and that is, I do cherry pick my music, and it is exactly the same problem I had with Tame Impala's new album. I've only liked, I'd say maybe like 2 songs out of that entire album, which was Lost in Yesterday and Borderline, but the extended play, because the extended play was better. I don't care.
What do you think about the new version of Borderline? Because
I hate it. I fucking hate it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get really passionate here. I was very fucking pissed when I found out my purchase from Borderline was removed from my my library.
What?
Yeah,
It was
that's
removed?
kind of bullshit.
Yes, I had to
Come
dig it
on.
from my fucking
That's
library in my
sucks.
computer and add it on. And
It's still available on YouTube. Thank God.
I have it purchased, and
That's
I
where I
have it on
listen
my
to like
computer.
100% of my music. It's
Oh
just
my
YouTube.
gosh.
Do you have
That is
YouTube Red?
one thing.
I
would be
Yeah,
really.
my
that is one
favorite,
thing
my
to
favorite
piss me
YouTube
off.
channel is where Post
That is
Rock
one thing to
dwells.
piss me off, and that is removing
Sorry,
my
Post
purchases.
Rock's-
Like,
What'd you
come
say,
on,
Chris?
man.
It's what?
I think everyone would get pissed off.
where
with
Post
that.
Rock
Removing my
dwells.
purchases,
Oh, right.
especially like if I liked it really like so much, because Borderline, it had the right fill in it, and then he took out some of that reverb, added a choo-choo train sound in it.
In the beginning's different. It's not as good.
Oh, and extra drum beats, which made it sound a little off key, and I was like, I can't. I really can't. And
Yeah, I actually don't have almost any physical media anymore, period. Like, not even just physical. I don't even have digital media. Like,
that's the
everything
amazing
is-
thing about physical media now.
Well, it's like I don't even have like on my computer. I don't even have like songs from in the library. Everything's
really?
just like if
Here,
I want to hear something, I go on YouTube and listen to it. Like it's interesting having that experience now. It's almost like I have all of the media in the world behind like
I
really
have,
small
like, some
paywalls.
stuff that I downloaded through a YouTube to MP3 converter, and that's it. It's
So
like,
I still use Winamp. So
I have a shit ton of Blu-rays that I still haven't watched.
and if
That's
that's
the problem too. I don't rewatch movies a lot. I only
35
rewatch them when
songs.
I'm showing them to someone else most of the time.
And real
Yeah, I
quickly,
usually
just gotta
watch
show this.
movies with other people.
Yeah, I get to experience it like through them. I'm like half watching them while I'm watching the movie. Like, isn't this great?
So
That's how I watched. I'm thinking
This
of
is
things with
this is
Dad,
just the start of my
Spawn.
music library on my computer. So
Well, I got one of my roommates. He still has a crap ton of CDs.
oh yeah,
you know?
so
Has
And
anyone listened to the new Joji album?
No.
Joji.
Not a big Joji fan.
Yes,
I like
did.
that one song by
Fucking
Joji, and that's
sucks.
about it.
It fucking sucks. It was a letdown. He hyped it up for so long. I'm his biggest fan. Fucking
Wow.
sucks. I hate him. I hate it. I don't like him anymore. Fuck
I think
him.
Nickelodeon
Fucking
Girls is one of
hilarious.
his strongest songs.
Nickelodeon Girls. How about
Adam, are you
shut the fuck up?
Am I
Shut
what?
the fuck up. I think it's
Are
his
you
master-
working on any music at the moment?
Yeah, there's an album being
He
released
has an
this
album
month.
that he finished.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome. I will eagerly await its arrival.
I'm excited, Adam.
Thank you.
I'm really excited.
This month. So in the
How
next
did
Right
you
now
have
looks
already-
like those memes
The
of
next
somebody
5 days,
suddenly
I guess.
facing the camera and reaching you.
Sorry, what?
You may have already voiced this in your video. So if so, just tell me which video to watch. But
Sure.
how did the process work with? Was it Blondie covering one of your songs? Did they like contact you or?
Yeah, I got an email from Chris Stein, just through like business email stuff. They're a fan of the channel and found my music through that, and we're like, hey, we want to cover the song, and yeah.
And Adam, this might be going a bit off topic, but have you heard of that YouTuber Mama Max?
I have no idea.
Mama Max. Yeah, he does like videos in which he like hunts down real like child sexual predators
Oh.
on like bad websites and stuff, and YouTube keeps taking down his videos because they're like bullying and harassment apparently, even though he's only targeting predators and providing like
Mhm.
victims and stuff with like resources, which is
What's it
really
called?
great. And he's
Mama
asking for
Max.
people's help.
Mama Max,
so
yeah.
you should
The original video, as far as I know, has been reinstated, but there is also a censored version that he had re-uploaded.
Yeah. And another one of his videos was just deleted, like a 45-minute thing
Oh,
about
damn.
some dating
I mean, if
app for
YouTube is
children
letting-
that a bunch of pedos were on, and YouTube just took it down and stuff.
If
It's
YouTube
really
was
sad.
like being
You should
manually
really look
curated,
into
it's
this,
one thing.
Adam. You should,
99% of our
like,
problems with
send
YouTube
them
are because it's just robots.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me think about that whole animal abuse issue on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
Which
Or everyone
again,
who's getting strikes because they're showing the furries beating up that one guy.
Yeah, I remember.
Mama Max is like asking for people's help, so you should really like look into this stuff because he's a really great guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just sent you the
My
link to,
sister
like,
actually
the
showed me
Twitter
someone
thing.
covering those videos, and I was very upset because I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Me too. I love cats and stuff.
I love dogs.
And God,
Yeah,
I've
we can
mentioned
see
it
you
many
love
times.
Dogs are good too.
I mentioned it many times in my in the
Really
past, but I work at a kennel, and that has just strengthened my bond with animals.
Yeah, I'm probably
That's
going
nice.
to volunteer in something related to animals. I'm just kind of in a
Oh
transitional
man,
period
so
right now.
I actually had a bit of a scary incident happen the other day at work, but I was like going to go take a picture of a dog. Then all of a sudden to my left, I hear a dog screaming all of a sudden.
Oh
and
my
it freaks
God.
me out. And I turn to my right, and its leg is stuck in between this pipe and a wall. And, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And so I just run over. Like, he chomps my arm twice. Thankfully not too hard. And then, I free him though, and I just take him to a kennel, and I'm just like comforting him while he's still freaking out. Poor, there's a Doberman, so
yeah. For
Hey Adam, do you think that there's going to be an uptick of people putting in clauses to don't put me in your fucking movie 8 years after I've died?
Sorry, what?
Do you think there's
Oh,
going to
he's changing the topics. Like whoever that guy was in Rogue One, where they CG'd him in or whatever.
Oh,
Should
Tarkin?
people like
Peter
start putting clauses in their
more
contracts?
clauses
Don't
and
CG me
contracts
into
will be
movies.
right? Yeah. If
Oh,
you
weird.
have me in some
I wasn't aware that that
franchise-
was a thing.
Like,
I wasn't aware that there were
one
the
movie where-
contract part of it was a thing.
Because there's that one
No,
movie
I'm
where
saying, do
they're
you think
trying to,
people will start putting those in like writers? It's like, hey, if you want me in your movie, you don't get to own my likeness, 30 years after I've died and dig me out of the ground.
It's like the Congress.
Deep
Sure,
fake
why
me.
not? I don't know. It's
Because like, isn't there
depends on the person, I guess.
They're trying to get James Dean in their movie or something.
Well, I know like Zelda Williams is like really mad about that, and she was talking about how like if anyone tries to like use her dad, it's like it would be Goodwill Hunting too. We're just going to CGI Robin Williams.
That's understandable, and go.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think.
I find it
I've never
hellaciously
even considered a Goodwill Hunting too, but just the
disrespectful.
thought of that makes me feel like there's an alien in my body trying to.
Okay, you know what? I feel the same way with that stupid Nurse Ratched show. I think the biggest disservice is that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Nurse Ratched is not supposed to be a singularly evil person. She's supposed to represent a failed system. So when you go and do like a serial killer backstory on her, it takes the responsibility off of that system.
God, I thought
That's interesting.
I thought the show was like, I thought it was like named after the character or something. I didn't know it's actually the universe.
Hey, no, Nurse Ratched is the character in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and that's what I'm saying. is that when they go back and they
I
do this...
didn't imagine it actually took place in the same universe. That's really dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it's her. Yeah, it's specifically her.
Well, and it's
Her
it's
younger.
it's such a strange choice to me whenever they make like a series that that already has an ending, because it's like a lot of the suspense that you try to create is so false. Like know that character has an end point. Like they can't die. They can't like.
You're right.
They,
Totally agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many series that try to pull that off, and it's like what's gonna happen.
Well,
like,
Rogue One, right?
Life
is
There's
strange
like-
before the storm.
This is something I want to say. There is a show, an anime series based on a series of video games that I like that I hate, and fans of the video games don't like that show. And it's just a whole fucking, it's a big series of games that with a giant convoluted storyline, but the show is like, it tries to explain how the story got to a certain point. It's like before all of the games took place. And it does such a terrible job, and it has absolutely no idea what it wants to do. And if I ever like become like good at editing, I want to have like a 3-hour video just tearing that show to shreds, because it's not just the past, it's the future, it's just a bunch of bullshit.
If you watch Jenny Nichols, though, you don't have to be like a master editor to have a
It fails on every level in terms of storytelling. It's baffling.
What show / game are you talking about?
I know.
No, he's saying what show? What's the show, Alex?
Here. I'll leave the name of the show here. Even
you don't want to say
the
it?
games are dumb. I like the games unironically, but I can admit they're dumb.
Play Lobster by Boy Called Fools.
But the show is even dumber. It's like
I didn't know that had a show.
Yeah, by the way, if we're on this topic,
How do you say that?
Lobster by Boy.
Danganronpa 3?
Yeah. Yeah, the games are dumb. I like them. I like the stylization. I like the music. I like.
I'm also gonna post another
It's
music
like
suggestion
cheap
in chat
bullshit, but I like it. The show is just nothing. It appeals to nobody. It does nothing right. It fails on every level in terms of storytelling.
All right.
And while we're on the subject, I just wanted to recommend the games to Adam. I know that
Sure.
you have a lot of games on your watch list or whatever, but I think you'll enjoy them because they're games that you like Suda 51 because it's weird Japanese stuff, and you like Saw because it's a contained thriller that slowly, as the series progresses, becomes more and more convoluted to the point where it's comical. Saw wishes it did half the stuff Danganronpa did, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Not on both an ironic and unironic.
What's it
level.
called?
I'm not gonna recommend to you stuff. I'm not gonna recommend to you stuff that I don't think you'll enjoy or that doesn't fit with the type of games you usually play on your Twitch or whatever. I think you'll enjoy it and you get
What's
a
it
lot
called?
of material out of it. Yeah, I left the
It's hard to pronounce. It's like Danganronpa.
Yeah,
Spell
I
it.
recommend this.
I'm not gonna click on the chat.
I know. I'm just putting this in the goddamn chat. The first hangout I was in, I recommended them to you as well.
Okay,
but
I found
don't
it.
think I did a good job pitching it, and I think you'll really enjoy it because
Okay.
it's the type of weird shit that I think you really enjoy.
I'll leave a tab open.
Especially since you like analyzing and criticizing story-driven games as you play them. The only person I know that actually criticized the games as they played them is Joseph Anderson.
Okay.
He got really entertaining stuff out of them, and I think I think this will work. I don't know.
Awesome. So we're gonna.
That's me. That's me and my Danganronpa stuff. I'm stopping here.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna end this pretty soon. I'm gonna go through everybody one at a time. I'm gonna call your name if you have like a final question or comment before we end.
Yeah, I have to go now,
I'm gonna go through you one at a time though. I'll call your name. Sebastian, any final questions or comments?
Yeah, I just don't have any question, but I just want to tell you that I can't wait for Lion King YMS.
Oh, thank you.
I hope
Aiming for October.
Yeah, same.
I also really appreciate
and then
Eternal Infinity.
Chad.
I really appreciate your work, especially working on videos now. Like some of the stuff that people take for granted takes so much longer, and considering just how much effort you put into, especially your YMS videos and how many videos you put out, you're a fucking machine. Holy shit!
Thank you so much. Chad, any final comments?
So,
yeah, just if you guys get a chance, check out The Devil All the Time. It's awesome.
I'll watch it today.
Go over that.
Dylan.
Can't wait to hear.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but
No, yeah, can't wait for the Lion King review. I'm super excited.
Thank you so much.
Grind a lot. It's very.
I don't know if I missed any
inspiring.
updates on that.
I'm aiming for October.
Aiming for October. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Too much film
question
fest
for
shit this
everyone
month.
is a question for everyone is people that have gone back to theaters. What other movies have you seen other than Tenet and all
Yeah,
that?
what's even out?
Yeah, well,
just
I
Tenet.
know in my cinema, like they were playing classics beforehand.
Yeah.
So I remember I remember one day like they were playing the Dark Knight trilogy in IMAX. So I just spent a whole day at the cinema just watching those.
Yeah, not much is out right now.
The music
think
box,
I have
they got
literally-
to show Phantom Thread in 70mm, which was really cool.
Oh,
That's
very
dope.
Nice.
I think
saw
I've literally
Akira.
only seen.
Sorry.
Sorry, I
well, I
think
saw-
I literally haven't seen I've only seen one 2020 movie at all, and it feels good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many movies this year.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. Rock.
Sorry, I don't want to jump into like a huge conversation
Sure.
because I know this is an advanced question, but so I'm more going to leave it as a comment for like something to think about, just because I think it's interesting. With the trend that we've been seeing of movies shot in one big take or something to that degree, I'm curious to see what the next, I hate to call it gimmick, but the next big gimmick is going to be. Like I am curious to see how filmmakers are going to like challenge themselves going for it. Like we talked about VR, I understand you can watch a movie in VR, but I wonder if they're going to start making films like in a entirely VR perspective, like where you can watch at all angles and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was something I just kind of have been like wanting to talk about, but I don't want to start a whole conversation. So just kind of something.
Maybe they'll do it.
Yeah, there was a Iñárritu VR movie that I haven't been able to access yet, but apparently it played at Cannes or something. But
that's a lot of VR headsets.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how. It was some sort of like weird exhibition sort of thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how I was. Never mind.
All right. So I have a few recommendations. I'll go through them quickly,
Sure.
I guess. One called Kajillionaire that people have been really liking. You know, I think they're kind of saying it's kind of strange and surreal. It looks like kind of a heist thing. And there's this other movie called VHS, which is like some robot chicken-like thing that people have been calling Charlie Kaufman-esque. So
Okay.
I thought that would be interesting to you.
That's a comparison.
There's this movie called Gemini with John Cho. I don't know if you've
Okay.
heard of it. Greener Grass. It looks very weird.
Yeah, LW talked to me about that. I haven't seen it yet.
Leaving Las Vegas. That's the one in which like Nicolas Cage won an Oscar for
Yep,
Best Actor.
that's already on my watch list.
Yeah.
I guess
There's a movie called Siren, which is a full-length, adaptation of the Amateur Night segment from VHS.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll watch
got
that at some
bad
point.
reviews. But Little Miss Sunshine, which I thought was
Yeah,
really great.
I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
Long time
The
ago.
Artist, have you seen that?
The Artist? Yeah, I did. It was on my 2011 list, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2011, I think it was.
How about this YouTube series called Petscop? It's some really fascinating creepypasta type thing.
No, I tried watching that. It was really boring.
Well, it's not boring. Well, it gets more interesting later.
It's subjective.
You are wrong.
Reinterpretation.
I didn't think it was boring. It's certainly kind of convoluted at times, but it is very well made and well edited, in my opinion. It's really authentic to the feel of those PS1 games. I really appreciated that because I played a lot of PS1 games when I was younger.
Wait, what game is this?
Petscop. It's not an actual game. It's just a YouTube
Oh,
series.
sorry. I thought maybe you said
Fictional
Paratopic.
PS1 game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good, in my opinion. Human Nature. It's the only Kaufman you haven't seen. I know it's on your watch list, but you just made like a 20-minute analysis of one of Kaufman's movies, so I think that'll be good to watch as well.
Yeah, maybe I was confusing Petscop with something else. I don't think I've seen this.
Yeah. Again, like, Human Nature might be good to watch. I think it's like the only Kaufman you haven't seen.
Yeah.
It was very bad, I think.
I'll watch it.
I think.
Yeah, and finally there's this one called Rent a Pal, which looks really interesting.
Rent a Pal. Okay.
Yeah, Rent a Pal. It's like some sci-fi horror type thing that's like set in the 90s.
I gotta say my favorite horror game right now has to be Lost in Vivo. It's good for one play, and it will stick with you.
Yeah, and
All right.
then there are also a couple of games that I thought were good as well. There's this one called Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion.
Oh my god,
PewDiePie played it.
I love that game.
It looks really good.
great.
All right, next we
And
got
there's another one called Aversion, and that's it for me.
perfect. We got Edu, if I pronounce your
yes.
name right.
Edu, yeah. Well,
Edu.
It's Eduardo. Well, also Edu mine. No, I just wanted to send you a link of a video. It's a news from Spain. It's like a councilman from Valencia did a reporting an European thing, but he didn't speak English, so but it did.
Okay. Do you want to send me the link over a Patreon DM? I don't just because of the way I'm streaming this, I don't like have the chat open.
I don't see Greener Grass in your watch list. I think you should add it there.
Okay.
In my opinion, because it looks really strange and interesting. I thought you might like it.
I thought it was in my watch list. It is in my watch list. You're wrong.
I don't see it there.
Well, I see it in my watch list.
There's a short film.
Maybe you added it there beforehand.
Yeah, I added it a long time ago.
That's it. I
Yeah.
guess I just didn't notice that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm done.
And then Edu, that was all you wanted? Was just a link me a
Yes,
thing? Okay.
yes, I thought it was funny and I wanted to
Okay,
check
great.
it.
And then Chris.
Also on your watch list.
Since you were pretty lukewarm on the movie Your Name, I'm kind of curious to know what's your favorite anime movie then.
It might be Spirited Away. It might be Princess Mononoke. I'd have to see Mononoke again, though. I've only seen it once, but I really enjoyed it first time I watched it.
Those are all fantastic.
really good.
I love
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli so much.
Spirited Away I've probably watched the most times.
Yeah.
But it's also been a while for
so
me
much.
for that. I watched it a lot when I was a bit younger.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it for Sardonic.
You can watch
excellent
Studio Ghibli
Sardonic
films
cast.
on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, but I'd rather get the Blu-ray anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I
again,
have.
Like Studio Ghibli would be a fantastic pick for Sardonic cast. You should
Yeah.
definitely pick one of those.
Yeah, we'll do that at some point. Augie.
Yeah. There's a few things I want to say. Do you think you'll put? Do you think you'll consider putting Rango in your list corrections video?
I'll consider it. That's something I'd like to probably talk about on Sardonicast at some point.
Yeah, that's a film that
I'll give it a
recently
rewatch
rewatched.
for sure.
That's the film I recently rewatched, and I.
Does Rango even hold up to these days?
Yeah.
From memory, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
good. It's
I
good,
enjoyed
yeah,
it back
also-
then. I just don't know if I'd rewatch it.
It still looks nice. Yeah.
And I also
freaking
want
weird.
to say, speaking of Ghibli, where do you think I should begin in terms of Miyazaki?
I guess Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke.
Definitely Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke or
Either
My
of those
Neighbor
two.
Totoro. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Personally,
Or
for
My
me,
Neighbor
Howl's Moving
Totoro.
Castle.
Yeah.
My Neighbor Totoro is also fantastic.
I've never seen any, and I really want to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the music, Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's a
wanted
good
to
They're all
say,
pretty
has
great.
anyone played a game called Bendy and the Ink Machine?
I know what
yeah,
it
I've heard of
is. I'll play it
am
at
not
some
into
point.
those. I'm not into those kind of horror games where they're just very,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Looked interesting from the trailer.
The reason
Have you played Inside, Adam? It's from the guys who did Limbo.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah.
Nothing. I was just wondering if you played it or not.
Oh yeah,
because
I
saw
played it
the
a while
trailer,
ago. I
looked
enjoyed it.
really
The
interesting.
reason I bring up Bendy is because I was wondering if anyone played it, because there's a certain part that I'm stuck on. It's when you're supposed to play all the instruments while the
Look up a walkthrough.
I did, and I did all the steps.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing.
That's
Hmm.
okay. I mean,
Adam, when are
Yeah,
you starting a
come on,
strategy guide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Thanks for having me.
like I don't know.
Adam's Pro Tips for Gaming channel.
Yeah, maybe you got soft locked or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's happened to me before.
Thanks
so-
for having me, Adam. I really appreciate it.
No, thank
I
you.
mean,
All
God.
right,
I feel like I'm starting to get
Jackson.
Oh yeah, no. I just want to say I'm really excited for the album this month.
Thank you so much.
Really looking forward to it.
I'm excited for it to be over. I'm excited to have it done.
What did you say the genre
I'm
was
excited
again?
for it too. Really excited.
Genre
Gangster rap,
alternative piano rock sad.
Oh,
Rock is sad. You are correct.
How long have you been at it with that album, Adam?
Like started recording process like 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, I'm excited. It's a lot of work.
October's
putting
a big
into it.
month.
Yeah, effective.
Yeah.
October's a
All right. Jordan.
Oh shoot, I don't know. I guess just thank you for hosting.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Yeah.
We got Hari.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Just wanted to say thank you so much for all your awesome content. I'm excited for the Lion King review. I'm excited for the album. All your stuff has gotten me through a lot of really dark places in my life, and I'm really thankful for that. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Can't wait for to hang out.
I'm glad to hear it's helped. I appreciate it. Suspiria 64.
There's a new Sufjan Stevens album that came out yesterday.
Yesterday, but didn't he release one like a month ago too?
Yeah, that was dog shit. Don't listen to that.
Yeah, I tried. So is this new one a lot better?
It has lyrics. It's good
Okay.
songwriting. Good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
very dense, very atmospheric, kind of apocalyptic. The way he's talking about
Okay,
like
cool.
politics and
Yeah.
What was your favorite
B-sides.
song from that one, Suspiria?
Say it again. Sorry.
What was your favorite song from the album? I'm still listening to it.
Oh, the title track or the opener is really good too.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the opener's great.
Okay, I'll check it out for sure.
I love when he hits those like emotional peaks. Gets my heart pumping at about 120 BPM. It's great.
All right. And that's all you wanted
I didn't hear
to
whether
say
you-
just to suggest the album?
Oh, and yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't hear whether you added Kajillionaire to your watch list or not.
It's on my watch list.
Ah, good.
It was before. All right, we got Poggers. Did you have any final questions or comments? If you're there, I'm not sure if your screen is like AFK. All right, Poggers is dead.
He is no longer with us.
LD.
Rips.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot my fucking question. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I'm really excited for the Lion King review.
Thank you so much.
Hope you
Can you
hear that movie
can you
to
hear me?
shreds.
Yeah, we'll get back to you in a second, Poggers.
And
No, I'm not.
make sure you watch Spree.
Yeah.
That'd be really.
I don't know how
really
soon I'll watch it, but I'll
me.
definitely watch it. We'll see.
And
We'll see
like
when
me
I can get
reminds me
to
of
it.
Free.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much.
Hello,
I'm excited
I'm
for you.
here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Poggers, did you have any? We're ending this. Did you have any final questions or comments?
Oh, no, I just wanted to say that for my first hangout, it was pretty chill. I don't watch movies very much, so
Oh, that's
I'm
all
not
right.
even that like. I'm not even like a diehard fan. I just watch. I was just like, well, this guy's pretty
Okay.
cool. I guess. I'll subscribe
Neither
to
am
the
I, man.
Patreon.
So
You guys-
it's okay.
You guys are pretty chill. It ain't that deep. Like, it's not like he's helped me get through like fucking depression or some shit. But like,
Mhm.
he makes pretty chill content.
Thank you.
Your personality is so
yeah.
naked.
And that's about it. Maybe you'll see me in the next one if like I don't get fired from my gas station job.
Sure. Well, thank you for the support.
Word.
Good luck.
Then we got Pretentious Bloke. Did you have any final questions or comments?
I just want to say I love your stuff.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, and thanks for the support. Grand Salamancer.
Good boy.
Thank you for letting me make a career out of writing your coattails.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank
what
you.
happened to your Patrice Wilson videos? Because those were hilarious.
It
They're
became really
unlisted.
clear
You
that
can
this is a
just-
person that just has a lot of serious mental problems, so I didn't want to be involved in that.
Just go to the community tab
Yeah.
on the highlights channel.
It was just like a not
Unlisted. I
funny
haven't
thing. Yeah,
deleted
you can view them as unlisted videos in like on a playlist or whatever. They're not removed; they're just unlisted. It was just like, I don't want any part of that. This guy's.
Yeah, and all the silenced videos are like taken down, I think.
Oh yeah. I don't know what's up with that person. I'm not gonna touch that. So.
Yeah,
If you go to playlists, you'll find it. It says
Yeah.
Patrice Wilson.
I feel like H3H3 started running into the same thing. But about 2 years ago, they were kind of going off on them, and then they started getting to like.
Yeah, I was just reacting to a bad YouTube short film series, but anyway.
That's what. Yeah, it was
I mean,
weird.
I liked making the highlight. I'm still like proud of that one, but
Mhm.
it's still like weird.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you,
I
thank
still
you for
think
your
they're,
work.
like hilarious.
Thank you.
And then
But yeah.
finally, we got Eric Andre the Giant, otherwise known as Andre Grande.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I just want to remind you that season 5 of my show premieres on October 25th.
Awesome.
That's when at midnight. Check it out. I owe Hannibal Buress rent,
Is
so
it really?
I really need the money.
On here?
I'm excited to see it.
He sounds just like him.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, and I wanted to recommend Ghost Stories to you.
Oh hell yeah!
which is
I know exactly what that is.
Oh,
love Ghost Stories.
I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I know exactly
watch
what
the
it is.
English dub. You can't watch
Yeah, no,
sub. It's not.
I know. I know
So
exactly
funny.
what it
For
is.
kids. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't for you. That was for anyone else who wants to watch it because it's.
Oh, okay, yeah. English dub
It
only.
could be a very good Adam and Pals.
Yeah, according to YouTube, it's for kids.
Yeah. That's funny.
It is.
It's marked as
I
for
don't want
children,
to.
right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
for kids.
I've seen a
I
few
think
YouTube
they
clips.
also
It's pretty
marked off-
hilarious.
Yeah, I think they also marked off "Don't hug me, I'm scared" as for kids once.
Yeah, there's
which
a lot of
is also
stupid
hilarious.
bullshit. All right, I gotta
Also,
get
a
back to
sex
work.
scene from Beastars.
I gotta get back to more film festival movies and
fun.
work on some
Yeah.
shit. So,
Yeah.
thank
Love
you
you.
so much. Yeah,
Again,
thank you
check
for
out
joining.
Hangout.
Thank you for the support.
Bye.
I appreciate all you.
Bye.
Bye bye, everybody.